come out, all of our friends in Northeast Philly.
Oh, yeah.
But this must be the place to watch the tournament games. The Phillies opening day. I mean, all the games, but like, geez, man.
The replay of last night's beatdown from the Sixers and Bulls is on every TV screen right now. Yeah, fantastic place. I've been here a few times. I did St. Patrick's Day a few years ago here. I believe Bud Light. I want to say Bud Light it was, and that was insanity. Definitely have done some other things over the years. Fantastic place.
We did a show here before they built the Addition.
Yes.
Do you remember that? And
yes.
They had us up on like a ledge somewhere.
Correct. I do remember that. But also, I do want to say, like, great people that work here, obviously, that place is ready to go as far as workers. But the people that surround this establishment make this establishment what it is. And you hear about it all. Like my guy Talarita, his family's right from down the road. All those people, great people here around this area.
The great Northeast. It is opening day, so we'll see everybody out here today, and we'll talk about opening day, all aspects of it, and the recap last night from Knockout as it went down. Live on the floor after the 76ers. Sean, just how we drew it up last night. 157 points by the Sixers. I said 160. But at the end of the show, I just missed. Most points scored. Did you guys see this? Most points scored since when by the Sixers?
So there was a guy in front of me that pulls out his phone and was like, "Hey man, 163. That's the record." I believe last night set the indoor record, right, for the building. I want to say the most points scored at a home game by the Sixers was last night.
Ready?
Yeah.
Most points scored by the Sixers since February 15th, 1970.
Wow. Oof. Unbelievable.
And you, in the fourth quarter, you said they're going to score 160. It would have been hard. Kyle Lowry hit a three-pointer for crying out loud. Everybody was eating last night.
Happy 40th birthday, Kyle Lowry.
He wasn't even alive the last time they did that.
Imagine that. Neither was I.
Neither were my parents.
Really?
Really?
So your parents aren't that much difference in age than me, which makes me feel
sorry
a certain way, right? I met Ray's parents last night.
Yeah, I met him last night too.
That was great.
Met his brother, all that.
How about this first team in NBA history to score at least 157 points with only the fewest turnovers? They had 8 turnovers last night. 157 points. And Joel Embiid. I thought we were going to get Joel Embiid, but damn, he was good early. It's like every shot they took, it was just going in. They scored over 50 in one quarter. Embiid 35 points in 28 minutes. Podcast Paul with 28 minutes, or 28 points in I think 25 minutes. VJ looked great last night. Man, what a win for the Sixers. And Sean, Ray, I don't know if you're here, but this is where I am. I'm in. Yeah. For the first time in forever, as was once said in Frozen. I'm in.
In on what?
I'm in on the Sixers, and I'm in on a run. Let's go.
In on a run.
I'm not looking at the big picture. I'm not going to. I'm not going to complain about Morey. I'm done talking about people being fired. I'm done talking about blowing it up. I am in. It's been too long since I've had fun watching the 76ers. And this is a good club. They really are. And you saw it. I'll say it's a shame for Sean. He's been the only one saying this for weeks, and then in the last week, he bailed because he was so mad at Embiid.
Well, now you see why.
Now you're the enemy, and everybody's saying you can't get back on. You were the only one that was on for a while.
Now you see why I was mad at Embiid, and I still am to a point, but look how dominant he was last night. Guys, Joel Embiid averaged the most points per minute by any player in NBA history last night. Just an absurd game by Embiid, and he had it going early. Hit the first three-pointer of the game, I think 15 points. It was insane what he was able to do from the perspective of just knocking down shots and with 0 misses. Like I said, just when you get done with the game and you look at the box score and what he was able to total up, and then you see the things on social media where he averaged the most points per minute by any player in NBA history. Just absurd. But look, guys, big picture, and that's the reason why I was frustrated. That's the reason. Was I a little over the top? Sure, but this has been just so frustrating to sit back and see, and he talked a little bit about it last night. The oblique has been a little tricky, and to a point I believe him, but come on, man, that video surfaced before the game against Oklahoma City. Guys, if he played against OKC, they have a chance of winning that game.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They lost by 20. If you get that performance from Joel Embiid, you're telling me that they can't beat Oklahoma City at home? But OKC let them hang around in that game.
They lost by 20 because they were playing a G League team.
Yeah.
Regardless, it might end up. I don't know if he could have played. If there were playoff games, he would have played. But Sean Bernard said it to us. Sean Bernard of Crossing Broad. We saw him last night. He had said it in a voice message to us, a voice memo. And I thought I was going to be yelling to Sean because he's too positive. But I was like, you know what? He's right. Are they playing chess when I'm playing checkers? And I don't know how to play chess, so I do play checkers. But did they intentionally hold Embiid out longer to preserve his health? If you bring him back with 16 games to go, what are the chances that he's healthy by this point when they played last night? Not great. So now you play him a couple games, you sit him, you play him a couple games, and then it's the playoffs. Paul George is back. He did look fresh last night. He did look healthy last night. Maybe the drug suspension really what? Maybe he did drugs on purpose and got caught on purpose.
So I go to Dave & Buster's a lot with my daughter.
Right.
She's got a huge gift certificate that we've been using for like the last year. It's awesome. Shout out to my mom and grandma. They have this one game. It's a huge fishing game, right? And it's got this pole, and you cast out into the ocean. And you can pull a great white. That's what we're doing right now. We're continuing to fish. John is he's hooked on the lure. This is John now. He's
Let's
on
go.
the lure. He's getting reeled in. Yeah, I see it too as well.
But I could pull the hook at any time, Sean.
That's what every fish thinks.
Yeah.
Do you watch?
I can get out of this.
Not Deadliest Catch.
I'm just here for the bait.
Wicked Tuna. Do you watch Wicked? I love Wicked Tuna.
I haven't watched them in a minute. Is that still running?
Oh, hell yeah, it is. Better than ever, Wicked Tuna.
Well, Storage Wars should never went off the air. Is that off the air?
It got really
got
bad.
old.
No,
Yeah.
but it's coming back.
That's funny.
It's coming back. Anyway, no, I'm in. They can be a regular seed. I don't think they're going to be a playing team. You know what I'm looking for, and this is what I want? Knicks.
Oh, God.
I want an Embiid, Paul George, healthy Maxey, VJ Edgecombe. These guys got balls. I want the Knicks. All right? After those weasels and those fans came down here
The Twilight Zone. I'm in the Twilight Zone right now.
I want the Knicks.
Did he just say Paul George? Did he reference Paul George, too, as well? I am totally in the Twilight Zone now. Look.
Let's go.
Here's the thing. They have 9 games left. They can't win these games if Joel Embiid doesn't play, John.
He can, but they don't need to win every game.
Okay, so he's going to miss 2, the back-to-backs. All right? Like, that's my point. And then what? He's going to be healthy for this stretch run in the playoffs all of a sudden? We don't have any issues? He tells us the knee issues are gone. Didn't he miss games because of a sore shin? Like,
he's not going to be healthy.
Or the oblique.
He's not going to be healthy. We know that he's not going to be healthy. By the time the playoffs start, it's going to – next game his knee's probably going to be bothering him.
Correct.
But you have to be realistic about it. Doesn't mean that he can't make it through the regular season and you can't.
Yes.
If you get let me just say this. If you get a series against the Knicks, look out. Look out for me and look out for this town. All right? I am in.
I want it.
I am in. Get it now.
I want it. I want everything that you're pitching. I'm driving around this morning and I'm hearing Andrew do exactly what everybody's doing right now in the Delaware Valley after last night. Well, if Joel Embiid stays healthy, Paul George is back. Nick Nurse has some. Well, you got Maxey coming back. You got Oubre just starting to.
I even mentioned Oubre.
Yeah. Oh man.
I want to know who's in. And Sean, you can. I'm going to allow you some time to cool off.
Yeah, you're right.
Unfortunately for you. You were the most loyal of anybody. You kept talking about Paul George, and I told you to shut up. I laughed at you.
That's what I mean.
And now I'm saying
And
it.
he drops 28 last night, and he wasn't all that impressive. He was rusty.
Ray, you in?
I'm just so thrown by this entire conversation. You're in, you're out, I'm lost. I can't believe the fact that today you came in and you're in, and Sean Brace has been out on the team.
Sean turned heel in wrestling terms,
right?
And now I've turned face. I'm the good guy.
Yeah, and really, it's this weekend for me. I mean, it's how you play against the Heat and the Hornets. I'm in on the upside of this team, but if they don't win those 2 games, they're probably going to end up one of the play-in teams.
You're not in.
From that point, yeah, exactly. I'm not in at this point. I've done this too many times to be moved by a Bulls game in March.
All right, so here's what we're going to do next segment, because we do have phone calls, and we're live at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe. This place is awesome. It's going to be in the 70s today, approaching 80. We're all by the river.
76.
I love it because whenever I drive here, you see the bait shop that's on the court. We're in Northeast Philadelphia, and there's a bait shop because we're so close to here. People are fishing on the river. But get in on the phone line, 610-632-0975. Get in on the text line, the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. And the same way in the same number, you leave those voice memos, the voice messages. All right, we'll play them. We already have some I can see coming up with some phone calls. That is coming up next. Phillies opening day. We are live right here at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe, and we're back right after this. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. It is Middays with Mark, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. We are live with Corona Maggie's Waterfront Cafe in Northeast Philadelphia. The crowd is already lining up. There is room, Sean. There's still room here.
The crowd is already lining up. The crack of the here's the pitch. The crack of the bat. Oh, man.
Don't not come because you're afraid there'll be a line out the door.
No.
We are that popular, but just not yet. There are seats available, Ray, from your vantage point.
There's a few. If you get here now, you might be able to get the corner of the bar.
All right. Well, there you go. Corona specials today, $5 Corona Light Drafts, $4 Corona Extra bottles. We have two pair of Phillies tickets to next Wednesday's game.
Whoa.
And all you have to do is come, hit the QR code. It's essentially you signing up, and then we pick from whoever signs up.
So Ray's going Tuesday to see Painter. So what, you get Sanchez on Wednesday next week?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's a hell of a game, man.
Yeah, nice afternoon. That's the first, I think, business person special, I think, this season, if I have that correct.
Beautiful.
Is it?
Yes.
Can't we call it the businessman special like they used to?
No, not today,
Ooh,
Johnny.
that's a 105 first pitch, and
BPS.
yes, Sanchez is the only listed pitcher at this point in time.
All right. Well, so make sure you stop by and grab a Corona, because when the weather starts getting warm, Sean, is there anything better than a nice cold Corona and a lime?
La Playa awaits.
Oh, my God.
Lime's in, play ball.
Oh, that's
it.
good.
All right. So, I mean, Ray, officially you're yin.
No.
For the first time in forever, I'm in on the Sixers.
See, Ray has no idea, but that like sends shivers down my spine, and everybody that's listening to that too, it's frozen, and it's.
Did you do it? Did you do the Frozen show at Disney?
Yes.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
My kids loved it.
Yeah, I mean, it got 1,000,001 plays in the house, so you hear these. I know every word. I know all those words.
I've seen, because I have 3 girls, so I've seen.
Yeah.
Then they don't want to do it anymore. And then they're 5. They get to an age where it's not cool anymore.
I would say Moana got the most play in my house ever. though.
Really?
Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Can we do a song about
Yeah.
the Sixers with Moana?
I like.
I'm in. That's all I'm saying. I'm in. You guys, Sean's in, but he also knows that it's not going to be accepted.
There has to. We have to define the levels of in.
That you're in with it. I am in.
I'm in for the regular season.
No,
we got 9 games left.
I am in without any other explanation. I'm in. Let's go.
There's always fine print. There's always like the bullet points underneath, right?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't have that.
See, the terms and conditions, if you're saying, are you in for them to make a run?
I have
then
no
then I'm not in.
But
I'm in on watching this team being excited. I've been that way all season.
If you're questioning what I'm saying, then you're not really in. That's what I'm saying. I'm in without conditions. I'm in.
So
it's like with a woman. I love you. I don't have to explain. I don't have to say but this or but that. I love you.
It's understood.
It's unconditional. I'm in.
All right, sounds good. I need another date with the Sixers to figure it out. All right. If you ask me what are we, I don't know yet.
I need another 157-point performance.
Oh, well, for sure. What could possibly go wrong in the next couple games? All right, let's see if people are in. Anthony's calling all the way from Florida. Anthony, where in Florida are you, sir? Good morning.
Oh, I'm in the home of the Gators where Gatorade was invented, Johnny Marks. But I'm from South Jersey, man. I used to come see you and your remotes in Blackwood when I was in commercial diving school. Yeah, back in the day. The other day you said you can even listen underwater, and I used to, John. When I was chipping concrete underwater, I'd have my phone inside my diving helmet listening underwater. So everybody, all the callers out there, y'all need to stream, man.
Is that what you do? Is that what you do down there?
I'm in the medical field now, John. I had to stop, man. I had 3 back surgeries, almost ran out of air one time. I'm done. But, yeah, I went to school for it in Ariel, so I used to come see you in Blackwood back in the day.
Well, good to talk to you again, buddy. I know you're in. I can tell. I already know.
Oh, I just got done doing push-ups, John. You want to know why? Because I am pumped, baby. I'm pumped about it. I wanted to call you guys, but I was too busy with work. I love you, Sean Brace. Love you, Ray Dunn. And I'm just telling you, man, get in on these Sixers. I was telling my group chat, they're going to come back healthy. The only thing is, can they gel together without, all the practice that they're lacking together as a team?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Ant, man. Listen, good to talk to you, man. Call again.
Awesome, man.
Hey, one more thing, fellas. I'm not a fan of caller crime, but you need to tell that dude, Mad Mike,
I am.
He needs to take some selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, because that dude, he gets on my last nerve. Love y'all, man.
You ain't lying there, man.
All right,
I like that.
it.
Look, a little caller crime. I actually support it. Especially with some Mad Mike.
I believe at my last stop, I created caller on caller.
Nice work. Also, shout out to Ant being underwater. I always thought about the job, like scraping the barnacles off the bottom of the boat. I thought that would be a good gig if I lived like in an island somewhere.
But you want to be a welder or something like that. I don't know if you want to be Bart. Well, I'm actually thinking about my next career because we know the broadcasting industry. God forbid something happens. I'm not qualified to do anything else. I might have to go to CHI Institute and get a trade in my 50s. All right.
I know I could probably get a job here at Maggie's. I hope I can. At least as a barback some way. Maybe they could put me in the kitchen somewhere. But yeah, a little Key West podcast, bartender at night, scraping barnacles in the daytime. I'm in.
All right. So, and we'll get back to the phones and we'll try. I think we have some voice memos we'll go to in a second. But like realistically, and we can go through the games, and like you had said, Sean, well, how many games is Joel Embiid playing in?
Correct.
So let's say that he doesn't have a significant injury to where, like, yeah, if he breaks his leg, he's not going to play. But I think knowing his history, there's 9 games left. He's playing in 6.
Yes, I'll go with 6. That's a comfortable number I can get to. Did you see how many times he hit the floor yesterday?
Well, that's every game. And he hits the floor harder than anybody I've ever seen.
What's he, 3 bills? He's a huge human being, and that is just a ton of weight that is hitting the ground. Look, I'm optimistic. Like I'm a fan. I love this team.
All right, so let's do this. All right, let's get Ray. Can you pull up the schedule and we'll quickly go game by game because they're a half a game behind Toronto for 6. Mm-hmm. They're a full game, just 1 game behind Atlanta for 5. They're not catching Cleveland. They're 5 games behind Cleveland. There would have to be a major. I'm not going to go crazy here. And I really do want 6 because New York, Well, actually, New York is close to overtaking Boston. They're only a half a game behind Boston. So, but I do not want the Celtics. I want the Knicks. And you know what? You end up with the 5 and you end up playing the Cavs. I'm fine with that too. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But I'm ready. I'm ready. This team is going to be a top 6 seed. They're not going to be a play-in. They're going to be a top 6 seed.
Look, if the playoffs started today, Ray's going to give us the schedule. They would be 7 seed against the Miami Heat right now and take on the winner of the Celtics and whoever the 7 seed is. Or they would come from the 7-8 spot and then take on the Celtics in a series. So, I mean, that's where we're at. But I don't want to focus on that. Like you just said, that's why I've been excited because of what you saw last night. Yeah, they played the Bulls. The Bulls are terrible. Yep. But Paul George was rusty, and he still dropped 28, and he's a hell of a defender. Joel Embiid, capable of being an MVP at this point in time of his career. Oh, by the way, Maxey didn't even play. Like, there's so much to like when they are able to put it together. But we haven't seen it enough, and now here we are, and we're trying to hope and pray to get them across the finish line.
All right, 9 games left. Let's do wins and losses, Ray.
All right. First up, Saturday, they go to Charlotte.
Charlotte's actually, they're really good.
Been good.
Yeah. Let's give them a loss dog.
All right. Well, then Monday night, they go to Miami.
Win.
They split. I'm comfortable.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's the way to look at it. They're winning one, losing one.
That road trip ends with the remnants of the Washington Wizards on Wednesday, April 1st.
Win.
That's a dub.
Yep.
And you can even sit JoJo in that one if you want, because the Wizards are trying to lose on purpose.
Correct. Good
point.
point.
From tomorrow, the Minnesota Timberwolves come to town.
Yeah, and I was actually looking at. I saw that game, and I'm like, do I want to?
Do you want to say you're in?
Do I want to email Tony and Tony Perone and say, hey, just any tickets appear for that? Email
going to games? Wow,
that guy enjoyed knockout night. They don't let you shoot free throws after the game every time.
Yes, and the Sixers got the best of the T-Wolves back on February 26th.
Loss.
Somebody tweeted me and said that to me last week.
But I'll say this: you go 2-3 in those 3 games. That's a big game, Minnesota coming into town. That's where, like you had said, you sit Joel against the Wizards, and then you get everybody there. That's a big game. That's a measuring stick game. You win that game, look out.
Well, the measuring stick might come the next night when the Pistons come to town.
Can we say they win one of those games?
Yes. I could say they win one of those games. And even the Pistons at that point in time are 52-20. They're still playing for something, but Cade Cunningham isn't there, so they're beatable. They're gettable. I just don't want to.
And you know what else?
I don't want to be biased.
I have played into every negative thing that you could say about the 76ers. I, for the most part, been fine with. Tobias Harris being good in Detroit, screw him. He's not good. And I want him to come to Philly that night. I want to stuff him in a sock. I want him to fail so bad. So 3-2 so far. Go ahead, Ray.
All right. Then they go back on the road for the last time, a 3-game road trip that begins Monday, April 6th in San Antonio.
Loss?
Yeah.
Could be a place where they're sitting some players. Like San Antonio won't really need to hit the gas pedal too much at that point in time, I don't think. But we'll see how that one plays out when it gets there. But, yeah, I could see the Sixers going in there and giving it a run. But if we're sitting here right now, give San Antonio the win.
Yeah, right now San Antonio 2 games back of the Thunder in the West. So depending how that shakes out, one team's going to want home court because I imagine those two are going to be in a collision course at Western Conference Finals.
But also, again, there's a revenge factor there because the Spurs came in and killed the Sixers when they had nobody playing. Is that a game that you rest Embiid because you're just going to wave the white flag? I don't know. What's next, right?
All right. Then they go to Houston on Thursday, April 9th, which means Friday, April 10th. Sean Brace comes on the air and declares them contenders in the East.
Because, yes, they beat Houston the last time, and Houston is a good team. Now, Houston's been dealing with some injuries this year. I actually like the Sixers to go on the road and win that game.
All right, what else?
And then the last 2 games of the season, 2 teams with no interest in winning basketball games, the Pacers and then the Bucks.
So win-win. So what is that, 5 or 6? It seems like it should be 5. It could be 6.
Yeah, 5 and 4, 6 and 3 the rest of the way.
Okay. All right, and we'll take a look at the.
So that gets you to 45 and 37, or 46 and 38.
Well, regardless, you're a half a game in a game.
36.
You're half a game out. So what do the other teams look like? Let's go to the phones and then we'll do some voice memos here. Let's go to Stan. Stan the man calling from Drexel Hill. Stan, go ahead. What up?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, guys. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. What's up?
Yeah, I was there last night. I was there. Wasn't able to talk to you guys, but it was fun to share the court, play a little knockout. So first time calling. You guys do a great job. I just wanted to show my appreciation.
So you were in the knockout tournament last night?
I was, yeah. I was the guy. I don't know if you saw. I had the red AIs on, with like a white T-shirt.
He was in front of me, and he was actually Sean Bernard's pick to win it.
Really?
Yeah, he was smooth.
Yeah,
he didn't miss his
man.
free throws.
The last one, I got a little bit too arrogant, too confident. I hit the top. I hit the back of the rim. I was walking off already, and then a guy behind me just locked in, and I was like, "Dang, bro!" So, but it's always fun though. So, a great time. But real quick with the Sixers, I kind of I heard you earlier say that you don't know why Embiid didn't play against the Thunder, and I just don't feel like they would have won regardless. Like you got nobody playing, just VJ by himself, and you still lost by 20. So having Embiid leaves by 10 instead. So I think it was a smart move to rest him against the Thunder, but play him against Chicago because that's a layup. That's a good game to get your rhythm back.
Yep.
So
That's a great point.
Going forward, I do think though they have some winnable games. Listen, Ant has been injured the last few games, so we don't know if he'll be playing when we play Timberwolves. So that could be a win. And then when you get to the playoffs, there's no back-to-backs. So Embiid to me is going to be playing every playoff game because you're gonna have the gaps in between the games.
Yeah. No one's going to want to play the Sixers in a series, Sean. Nobody.
Just you know what? When are we booking the parade, Stan? Like, when is the parade? In June? Is that what we're doing? Let's just go ahead and block it off in the calendar.
I hope so. I really do. I really hope so.
All right, Stan.
You the man, Stan.
Good to talk to you, buddy.
Yeah, nice to meet you last night.
Yeah, I mean, listen, who knows?
I agree. And that's not what I want to do. I don't want anyone to not be a believer because of something I'm saying. You know where I'm at. I love this team. But like I said, I get in the car and I hear Andrew concocting it. He's pouring the drink of hope. Well, if Embiid is healthy,
yeah, but he's
put the ice in the cup.
He's so protective of the Sixers. No, a lot of times with his Sixer stuff, I'm just like, dude, open your eyes with this team. What are you doing? You're allowed to be negative. You don't have to always protect the 76ers. So I'm not surprised. Mm-hmm. But what he's saying is, if the Sixers are the 6 seed or the 5 seed, the talent that they have is not a 6 or a 5 seed. So Cleveland will be favored in the series, but you are playing against Joel Embiid, who's an MVP. You are playing against Tyrese Maxey, who was a starter in the All-Star game. You are playing against VJ Edgecombe, who is a fourth offensive option.
Stud.
He's a stud. And then Paul George could be the X factor in everything.
Is he the straw that stirs the drink?
Oh. And then when's Maxey going to be back? That's the other thing.
I think they, review or...
Next week, we got to figure it out, right?
Oh, okay.
7 days. It was 7 days from Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever it was.
Something tells me when they reevaluate him, he's going to be ready.
Well, he was shooting right-handed last night. That seemed like a good sign. And he told Jimmy Fallon he's close, which is where I get all my sports information from. So
correct.
If on Fallon he said he was close, he's got to be close.
I also want to say this, and we had one caller say that, it's going to be tough because they didn't have enough time to gel together. Okay, and that's a good point. And then you just had Stan say, well, you got to pick your spots so you get a nice bounce back spot for Joel Embiid. Like, we're trying to have it both ways, and that's what we do with the conversation of Joel Embiid. And my point is yes, all right, even if they don't beat Oklahoma City or one of those other teams, which they did beat the Utah Jazz or whatever it was, and who was the other team that they smashed that was trying to tank? Oh, Sacramento. You get Joel Embiid back into the mix so these guys can gel and come together.
That was last night. It was George's first game back. I don't know, man. Like, I hear you. You want your guy out there that wants to play.
Yes.
You're the guy that has a concussion during the football game, and you're fighting to get back out on the field. I understand your mentality.
Put me in, coach.
You're a high motor player, right? You need to with Embiid. The worry with me with Embiid was that there was he's more or less telling the team, "Hey, screw you, I'm not coming back." And I don't know if that was the case behind the scenes. We talked to Sixers Adam yesterday, and he had said, as far as he can tell, everything's good with the team. It's not bad.
Did you see the vibes last night? Like, it felt good.
It was good vibes last night, man.
Good vibes last night. Like you said, with Kyle Lowry gets a little run on his 40th birthday. He shoots a 3. The bench bounces up. Everybody's having fun. That's what this team was 2 months ago. Literally, the Houston Rockets game.
Yeah, you were. That was. I thought that was the peak of the season right there. Maybe not.
Well, 28 games is a maximum for NBA playoff teams. All right, so if you go through the run, and I guess you play 7-game series after 7-game series, you go 28, according to Google here. Why not? Okay, we add Joel Embiid to 10. It's a 38-game season, Ray. Max.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, assuming you avoid the play-in.
That's it. We're just adding numbers here.
All right, so we had phone calls. You know that number, Ray? 610-632-0975.
That's right.
That's also the Davis Honda text line, and you can send us the voice memo, as many people have done. I can see the voice messages building up. Here is one on the 76ers.
Sam Oster here with the Score in Center City. Happy opening day, boys. But don't forget, it's still basketball season. The Sixers are a game out of the 5 seed in the East. But I got to be honest with you. I know we're supposed to be excited and celebrate that performance last night when Paul George returns, Embiid returns. He drops 35 effortlessly. But it makes me sad. It makes me sad to watch Embiid, the best per-minute scorer in NBA history, knowing how infrequently he plays because of injuries over the last 3 seasons, and what this team should be over the last decade with a player as talented as he is, and how disappointing it's been. So I know how incredible he's one of the best basketball players I've ever seen. But I don't know how you guys feel. It still makes me sad watching him and just depressed, knowing how infrequently he's actually out there.
Man, Sam,
We're sick.
Sam can't. That was Sam.
Yeah, that's Sam.
He can't be our vibes guy on the show.
We are
Just brought us down.
We are sick in the head. But to his point, that's how I was feeling. Honestly, we're driving
Last week.
Well, no, but last night, driving in because I was a little bit late. I got mid first quarter. I listened to Tom McGinnis on the call on 97.5 The Fanatic, and Joel Embiid had an unbelievable first quarter. I'm just looking over at Sean Bernard, and like I should be jumping out of my seat, excitement. This is unbelievable, but like it hurt. It literally hurt me in my chest, which is it's weird, but it's just the reality of who I am as a Sixer fan, and it's like this is what it should be. But it's not. I don't know. Is it unfair that it happens? I don't know. Do we mess with the basketball gods with the tanking to get Joel Embiid? I don't know. But it stinks that we can't have this on a consistent basis. Does that matter over the next 9 games? No, because it's playoff time right now.
If he was able to play 70 games a year, they easily made a conference final. If he's able to be healthy going into the playoffs, I mean. Yeah, the knees are one thing. I mean, you're talking about a 7'2" guy that has bad knees.
Yeah.
The thing is that like he's broke his orbital bone twice in his face.
That was ballsy.
Yeah, Bell's
Thumb.
Who does that happen to?
Thumb.
Yeah, the thumb.
Came back from meniscus surgery.
I mean, Jesus. And then like Sam had said, you watch him play, and I say this all the time. It's the most talented athlete I've ever seen in the city in my entire life.
It's his touch is ridiculous.
No, it's unbelievable. It really is, and it does kind of when you think about it, it makes it heartbreaking because you start to wonder, is it ever going to happen? It doesn't feel like it's going to, but sometimes in the year that you don't expect it is when it happens. Look how the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Carson Wentz goes out in his great season. They have this young hotshot quarterback. This is the best thing ever, and he tears his ACL. Now the season's over.
Yep.
Nick Foles stinks when he comes out. He's not playing well. The rest is history. I get him tattooed on my back. They win a Super Bowl, and it was the only way.
My favorite part of the story.
It was the only
the
way.
Super Bowl part.
Yeah, it was the only way the Eagles were going to win their first Super Bowl was in conditions like that.
Yeah.
Right? Like it just wasn't going to be you draft a quarterback, you go to the NFC Championship game, you lose, you go to the Super Bowl, win the next year. No, it came out of nowhere. Is this the season with the Sixers and Embiid where they finally make a freaking conference final? Because I blew up the team last week. It might have been this week I blew up the team.
I think it was earlier this week.
Yeah, it was this week. I wanted the team blown up.
I'm reeling in that big fish. Johnny Marks just pulled him in from the Delaware.
Yeah, Sean. Sean gave Joel Embiid a tongue lashing last week when we were at Parks.
So I'm still mad at him. I'm still mad at him.
Still mad.
And he stepped up to the podium last night and said, "Oh, the oblique. Think about the oblique. You just ran down the injuries." Here, I don't know who it was from the Miami Heat. Jumps up, goes into him. He hits the game. He hit the not the game winner, but he hit the
Ceiling
final
shot.
the ceiling shot that game. It's just ridiculous.
Massive win in retrospect.
Yeah.
Right now, when you're looking at where they're at in the standings, that could be the difference between you being 6 or 7.
I guess, should I be all in? Do the people even want? Dude, remember Money Mar told me
Stay out.
He doesn't want me.
Yeah, but you deserve to be in.
If Money Mar doesn't allow me in, I can't be in.
You've been far more loyal than me to this team. There's been no loyalty to me with this team because I'm so frustrated with them.
All right, well, I'm going to ask Money Mar in the YouTube chat. Make sure you subscribe, follow all that good stuff, and this should be entertaining what he says. I can't wait to get his response.
Because we are live on YouTube, even though we're live at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe. So
yes.
you can watch on YouTube.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah.
With Corona here today, $5 Corona Light drafts, $4 Corona extra bottles. We're in the Great Northeast. Like you had said, whenever we do stuff in the Northeast, there's always a great crowd and great people to come out. All right, so we had phone calls. Just remember, when you text us, even on the regular text line, give us your name, your location, and your occupation. That's what we ask. So, Ray, we'll read some text coming up. I know we have some more voice text, voice memos that are coming up. 610-632-0975. Unconditionally, for the first time in forever, I'm in on the Sixers.
For the first time in forever.
She's really lucky she got that song. She's a beautiful voice, but do you know her name, Ray?
No.
That's Kristen Bell, isn't it?
Is it?
From Frozen? No?
Isn't it Adina Menzel?
Oh, my good. Remember John Travolta tried to say that? Adina Mendoza.
Oh, Kristen Bell's in there too.
There you go.
She sings some of it? I don't know.
I guess. I just, believe it or not, I wasn't really into the whole Frozen thing.
Oh, you weren't?
You missed that.
I
It's
missed
amazing
that.
what happens when you have kids. It's a
Yeah.
whole new world. All right, we also have, in addition to the tickets, the 2 pair of tickets to the future home game here that we have that we're going to give away to 2 lucky people here at Maggie's. We also have limited edition 97.5 The Fanatic opening day T-shirts while supplies last.
Wow.
And I do have to say, they're not horrible. Because I've been at the station before when they were horrible. These are pretty good T-shirts, Sean.
Hey, you make a T-shirt that somebody wants to wear?
Corona.
What a concept.
These are good sunglasses. These will be added to my collection.
Look at the koozies.
We have koozies. We have other items. We have. I mean, listen. This is opening day, man. We're celebrating.
When did Corona get into the baseball flavor? I love it. I don't remember them doing baseball.
official-
Really
Time's
nice.
in, play ball.
I
The
like
official cerveza of Major League Baseball.
Well,
All right, that's coming up next, and we'll transition into a recap from Knockout last night. Middays of Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Hey, but first, fellas, opening day is here. The crack of the bat, fresh cut grass. Hope is back in the air, and the last thing you want to do is strike out at home when it matters most. So don't sweat it. Blue Chew Gold just got called up to the big leagues, and it's an absolute difference maker. Blue Chew just leveled up with Blue Chew Gold, a new 4-in-1 upgrade built for both your mind and your body. Talking confidence, focus, and showing up like a cleanup hitter, whether it's Garcia or Bohm, with the game on the line. The tablet dissolves and can start working as little as 15 minutes, so no long rain delays, no stuck in the dugout, just straight to first pitch. And when it's go time, you're not just making contact, you're sending one deep. We're talking walk-off of eyes. Blue Chew Gold. Upgrade your game today, people. I just got my package in the mail last week, black envelope, very general packaging. Nobody knows what's being shipped to your office or your home. Quick as well. Placed my order on a Monday, got it by Thursday, ready to roll for the weekend. Fellas, upgrade your performance and discover your options at BlueChew.com today. Now listen up. We got a special deal for all of our listeners. You can get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code YES. That's promo code YES. All you got to do is visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information and bring home the gold with Blue Chew Gold.
The Flyers are slowly closing ground on the
Oh, yeah. I love Negative Nate Tennyson's back on the board.
Negative Nate.
As we're live at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe. Dutsy's doing YouTube. Shukri's doing associate producing. He'll be answering the phones. I sent something to Nate via text message, and he said email it to me,
he's an email guy.
Hey, Nate, you can save it and email it to yourself.
Or you... Oh, excuse me. I think you can airdrop it too. I think.
No, I know, but like I get it. You're saying email. Like you email. Can he? Right?
Yes.
Couldn't he email it to himself?
There is a world in which he can email it to himself.
Yes.
I'm kind of busy right now.
Yeah, he did that to me earlier. That's Nate. Nate's got his ways.
He does, man.
Negative Nate.
Don't.
But that's what we like about him, though. He adds a little flavor.
Well, I don't like that part of it. No, I just said no. If I text you a link, email it to yourself.
Yeah.
Or get a Mac to where you're.
Airdrop it.
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
There you go, Nate.
Thank you, Negative Nate. All right, do we have a you said we have a Sixers memo or no? We don't. I don't know. You need to tell us, Nate. Okay, no, so we don't.
Gotcha,
okay.
Yeah.
So just to wrap it up, because I saw a bunch of YouTube comments and everything
they're
else.
loving it.
People are in.
What?
I'm getting DMs saying this is the Johnny Marks I know and love.
Yes.
Let's go.
There's a lot. That's the overall theme on the YouTube chat is like, yay, John.
Yeah, exactly.
No Sean.
But I'm normally not that guy.
No. The funny thing is that I did have to come back a little bit and said, if the Sixers do win a championship, I believe that we will find ourselves on a float because of the station ties, and I will make sure I throw a beer. And I don't want him to hit it square in the head like Howie Roseman got it, but, you know.
I took a beer on the head.
Did you? Yo, look, I know we're not used to having great parades, like Boston and all that. We can't be throwing beers. That's no, there's no throwing beers.
It was bad.
Come on, man.
No, it legitimately, people were cut in the head from taking beers off the head.
When Howie Roseman takes one off the head like that, we got to stop throwing beers altogether. Come on. Who's ever, have you ever thrown a beer? Okay, Karate Mark, I'd toss him a beer. I'll toss him a beer.
But
I'm not throwing a beer to the other side.
The people were I was on the bus with Corey Unlin, who was the defensive backs coach. He went and became a defensive coordinator.
It's a good guy to be on the bus with while beers are flying at you.
But he's like, if you're holding your hands up, throw me a beer. They're going to throw you a beer. People weren't like, stop.
I know. Well, how are you supposed to know? It's like the great outdoors. Go faster when he was yelling, slow down, right? So you can be throwing your hands up like, no, don't throw me a beer, but it looks like throw me a beer.
He wasn't doing that. He was throw me. It's like A.J. Brown putting his hands up, throw me the damn ball.
Well, I hope that's the problem we're having come June. A parade in June would be unbelievable. Now, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Sure, we're having some fun. We got 9 games left. My big picture, to put a bow on it, John, I'm going to enjoy the 9 games, 6 that Joel Embiid plays. Apparently, the report was, and remember, I was asking you, how many games does Paul George play? Apparently, he's going to play every game. That's what he said.
Why shouldn't he?
Because he doesn't. Because they don't.
Well, okay, but maybe he misses a game because maybe and we don't. I mean, is his knee going to get sore? We don't know what's going to happen. That's the problem with these guys.
But if these guys don't play, they don't win.
I know, but you don't need to win every game. You have to be smart about it. There's right. and I don't know. I guess I have to pull up the schedule. But when you play the Spurs, if that's on the back-to-back, on the first back-to-back, that's an easy game. Or with the Wizards. No, you don't want to bank a win just saying well, you can't. No, the Wizards are trying to lose games.
Yes.
They're going to win that game without Joel Embiid.
Correct.
So that's the game that you sit them.
So you play him Charlotte and you play him at Miami.
Yes, exactly. So you know he can't play every game. Can Paul George play every game? If he's healthy, he can.
All right.
If Paul George's knee starts bothering him, they're probably not winning a series, right? They need. Right now, what they need is pretty much everything to go right. Embiid's healthy enough. George is healthy. Maxey comes back. I'm just telling you, VJ Edgecombe as a 4th option on offense, he's just a bulldog, man.
What athleticism. That was the one thing that stood out to me last night was just how much of a high flyer he was doing the grimy work, the dirty work, down inside the paint, pulling down rebounds. He is incredible. He is a ton of fun to watch, rocking that 77. Bernard asked me last night that when Lowry hangs it up, do you think he goes to the single 7 next year? I don't want him to. I want him to stay 77.
I like that 77.
Yeah, it's cool.
At this point, you kind of have to, right? Everyone's bought the jersey. You just kind of stick
Yeah,
with
embrace it.
It's kind of your brand.
Yeah,
You're 77.
He seems like a guy that would.
Yeah.
That just says, yeah. What do I care?
Oh, by the
Probably
way,
the best 77 in the NBA right now, right?
in the
Definitely.
stands last night, Baylor, green and yellow, VJ Edgecombe jersey, definitely will be purchased for the summertime. I was DH gating it at the game last. They didn't have it, but I might have to buy it. Actually,
That's a nice item.
It was really cool.
Uncle Jamie on the Davis Honda text line. One of the biggest stories this year with the Sixers, how good VJ Edgecombe is. He's going to be a dominating player in this league, so say what you will, but we should be celebrating him.
Oh yeah, he's not lying about that.
They got that one right.
Oh, my God. They
did.
And listen, there were some other good players right there, too, they could have taken.
And I'm not
Great
just saying
draft.
that because I was on that side of history. I actually genuinely believe they got that
I
one
was
right
too.
after a year.
Yeah, I was, too. All right, I mean, we really don't have enough time to review the knockout from last night. I will just say this, and we will.
Okay.
Well represented last night. Because remember, we went into this saying we're winning the knockout tournament, not us individually, but we're going to win the knockout tournament, and it happened.
Did we? You're darn right, it did.
Yeah.
Shout out Dan, man.
Yeah, so Dan's dad called in and said we were recruiting, and he said, yeah, like I should win. My son, both of my sons have won previously. So he had one son win, and then the next year his other son won. So his son, I don't know if it was the first or second son that was. So he was now a two-time champion.
Yeah, Dan from Collegeville. We're very, very proud of Dan. Thank you for carrying us over the finish line. I would say individually for us, we probably wanted greater results, but for our middays, we got what we needed.
I think we kind of saw how that was going to play out. You were definitely the one that had a little bit more juice than John and myself. The highlight of the day, though, also the low light, too.
Me getting booed?
Johnny Marks, you were put in the impossible situation, and my heart goes out to you. But true dad mode kicked in. There was a young, 8-year-old boy in front of you?
It's actually my buddy's son. So that's why he was shooting in front of me. I asked him, I said, so Kevin Key's my buddy, and his son's name's Carson, after Carson Wentz, by the way.
that's Carson.
That's the Carson?
Yes,
Carson.
You made the Carson cry.
So Carson,
Probably both of them.
and Carson's in first grade. So he's there, and he can actually, because he plays basketball, they have a 10-foot hoop at home. It's just that the ball's smaller that he uses because that's a smaller ball. So I said, you want to shoot before or after me? And he says, before. So, he probably took 6 or 7 shots, or maybe more, and I know how long the line is, and it's the beginning of it, and I'm like, all right, well, how long do I let him go before I have to just make it? So I eventually made it and knocked him out, and I get booed. He starts crying immediately.
Niagara Falls.
Oh, my God, dude. I didn't know what to do. It was an impossible situation.
It was. You did what was right, though. You went into true dad mode. You held his hand. You comforted him. Did you pop him back in line?
He came in, and I shot the free throw, and then he was able to get the rebound and try to put it back up.
Oh, nice work. Yeah, there was a lot of people, so I wasn't able to watch what happened.
Yeah, he was. And he made a shot. So we went back, and so we made it through again.
That's hysterical.
I had the reverse problem last night. I had a little girl in front of me that I didn't want to knock out. I didn't knock her out, and then the video got sent in a group chat I'm in, and they're like, wow, Ray lacks the killer instinct. I got booed by my friends for not knocking out the little girl.
Yep.
And if you want to win, like Dan, you need to have the killer instinct because he said exactly that. Dan knocked a girl out, and I go, whoa, and he's like, I'm here to win.
Yep.
And I didn't even know who he was, but he clearly was on a different level.
And by the way, I would say that the majority of the girls that were in there, or women that were in the contest last night, were better than most of the men.
Correct.
Because they were down in the top 10.
There was 3 girls in the top 10.
Nailing them.
Yeah, those girls.
Nailing the
those
free throws.
Girls were like future UConn players.
Coming up, we have some Phillies voice memos. And one about Sean Brace. Also, is Luke going to call in?
Yeah, Luke's at 11.
All right, so Luke's coming up. Luke Arcady crossing Broad, talking Phillies opening day coming up next.
From the park.
From Citizens Bank Park. Awesome. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. All right, check it out. Let's talk about my garage. Oh, God, it looks so bad. Stains, cracks, pits. I'm telling you, I need the floor redone, and it's something I've been talking about, and right now is a great time because I want to tell you about Comer and Cross. That's C-O-M-E-R, ComerCross.com, Comer and Cross concrete floor coatings. The number's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Again, ComerCross.com. You know if that garage floor needs something. You want a new showroom look? You feel like you're pulling your car in every night to a new car showroom? That's Comer and Cross. The work they do is unbelievable. Guaranteed your garage floor will never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever with Comer and Cross. They make it so easy. In and out in one day. They fix your garage's floors, the cracks, the pits perfectly, and they're certified. They're uniform. These are not subcontractors. They are pros. That's Comer and Cross. They even take your stuff out of the garage for you. It's quick. It's easy. They get it done, and it looks amazing. For a free estimate on your garage floor, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or comercross.com. COMER cross.com.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
It's baseball season, boys. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Phillies opening day is this afternoon, 4:15. Things get going down at Citizens Bank Park. It's Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies, Nathan Eovaldi on the mound for the Texas Rangers. We'll see a number of first pitches today from Phillies All-Stars over the year. Our own Ricky Vitalico, one of the 4 All-Stars, thrown out that first pitch. Coming up in the next segment, Luke Arcaney of Crossing Broad will join us to talk about the Phillies and opening day. 76ers won 157-137 over the Bulls last night. Yes, that was the actual score. Joel Embiid, 35 points in his return. Paul George, 28 points in his return. Now the Sixers just a game out of that 5th seed. They're back on the floor Saturday night against the Hornets. Dan from Collegeville, 1 knockout last night for the Fanatic. Our own Austin Jones was the last to survive of the staff. Flyers, Blackhawks tonight at 7 o'clock. They enter tonight 5 points out of a playoff spot. You can listen to the game tonight right here on the Fanatic, and the NFL owners meetings begin on Monday. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update here on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Middays with Marks and Sean Brace. Ray Dunn live at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe in the great Northeast. We're here live with Corona, so get on down. Maggie's is a local waterfront family-owned spot, Northeast staple. I don't even need to say that. If you live in Northeast, you already know.
If you know, you know.
All right. Ice cold Coronas, $5 Corona Light drafts, $4 Corona extra bottles. We have Phillies tickets to give away here, Sean Brace.
Yes.
2 future Phillies. Next Wednesday's game to the BPS. So all you have to do is register when you get here. Nothing else. And then boom. You're in.
I did not know about the businessman special being, tossed to the wayside because of
course,
the PC world. And it's now the business person special.
Well, it's been like that for a long time.
A lot of people in business.
I understand that. I did not connect it. How long did we change that?
A long time. Are you saying you're anti-business? You want to still call it businessman
No,
special?
I just was just laughing when it was brought up. I go, I don't know if I've ever connected the dots on the change.
You can't. You're not supposed to say mailman anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it's a mail carrier. It doesn't have to be a man.
My mother-in-law was a mail. Okay, yeah, she doesn't say mailman. You're right.
I know you're Ralph Cramden still.
What else you got a problem with, Sean Brace?
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about that women's Final Four for just a second.
Only 4 teams make the tournament on the women's side, according to Sean Brace.
I'm allowed to inquire. All right, I'm learning. I'm learning. I drag my knuckles on the ground. I'm allowed to ask
For the first time in forever, Sean.
Yes.
Well, let's send it down to Citizens Bank Park. As you might have heard, the Philadelphia Phillies opened their season today, and it took me a little while to get going because I was annoyed with the Real Muto signing because they didn't have to give him 3 years and they lost out on Bo Bichette. But honestly, as we sit here on opening day, I'm feeling really good about the team to discuss. Man, this kid is a rising star, Sean Brace. It's also his birthday yesterday.
That's right.
Luke Arcaney from Crossing Broad. Check out all that he does digitally, writing, and everything else. What's up, Luke?
What's going on? Thanks for the birthday wishes, first of all.
You got it, man.
There's about a mile-long line of cars waiting to get into Lot M down here. It's already a party down here.
All right, so I heard an on. So you obviously have a very good regional accent. Luke, give us your credentials. Where did you grow up in the area?
So I grew up in South Jersey, actually. So never in Philly, but South Jersey, always South Jersey guy. I'm still over there now.
That's a South Jersey accent. All right, so so Sean and I both said 93 wins, and wins are wins, right? I think with this starting pitching, 93 wins, and this bullpen, 93 wins is going to be relatively easy without injuries. You'll hear people say, well, wait till October. Man, we can't wait till October. We have to get to October first. I see a very good team this year, and if this offense can kind of figure it out as they get heading into the postseason, there's no reason why we shouldn't be looking at this Phillies team as a serious World Series contender. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, no doubt. This rotation is just continuing to get better, even after a year like they had last year with Luzardo's first full year, unbelievable year. Sanchez nearly wins the Cy Young. They can be a really, really good baseball team. The floor for them, I feel like, is 90 wins, just because of the rotation. And if the offense clicks for a full season, this can be a 100-win baseball team. I'm not saying they're going to be, but it really comes down to the offense. The offense will be the difference of how far they can go. The rotation will always keep them in it. I think this is the best bullpen that Rob Thompson's had going into a season. It really comes down to the offense and how far they can take them. What you get from guys like Bryce and Trey and Schwarber back now. But it's really those middle of the order guys. Do you get a breakout stop? What do you get from Brandon Marsh? You finally get a $10 million right fielder that actually clicks. There's a lot of things on the line, but they're still a really good baseball team. It's going to be a good day.
Luke, talk to me about the cleanup position. Obviously, Bryce Harper was shining the light on getting some help behind him. Is it Bohm from game one? We're going to tinker a little bit. Do you think that maybe Garcia could find himself in the cleanup position eventually early here in the season? And just as far as Bohm, if he is in that spot, am I out of my mind to believe that he's going to have himself a heck of a year because it's a contract year?
Yeah, I think it's definitely on the table. I think Alex Bohm wants to get paid. He wants to get a big boy contract. He wants to get one of these 4 or 5 year deals that a lot of these guys are getting across the league. But the lineup's not out, but the expectation is it will be Bohm today to start. I think in a perfect world, if they get the Adolis Garcia that they're hoping for, I think down the line that could be Adolis' spot. But for now, it's just Bohm. I feel like, and I've said this a lot, I feel like a lot of the Bohm hate from over the years should be more directed at the front office. If Alex Bohm hit in the 6th hole or the 7th hole, he wouldn't have half as many people that don't like him. He's forced into a cleanup spot because they can't find a true cleanup with him. But yeah, I mean, it's a really big year for Bohm, probably the biggest of his career. He's looking for a contract.
Yeah, and Luke, you had mentioned Bryson Stott, and it's a really interesting name because it feels like with me, every time I want to say, not even a breakout year, but this is going to be a great year for Bryson Stott, he can't do it for a full year. You'll get a half a great year, a half of a good year, an inconsistent, you'll have some injuries and things like that. But also if you're looking at the future of Stott, he's going to have free agency on the horizon coming up here in a couple of years. And if you're the Phillies, you'd like to see him make that jump to where you feel like, hey, I can extend this guy. Otherwise, who knows what's going to happen. But I agree with you. The Stott and the Bohms, when we're talking about this team, if they have better seasons than we think, that can really elevate the team, because if you become overly reliant on the Schwarbers, the Harpers, and the Turners, that hasn't worked out for them, especially in the postseason. These other guys got to step up if we're talking about them taking that next step this year.
Yeah, they have to. And I think Bryson Stott's the big one for me. I did a lot of diving into these, numbers from August to October last year. And what's interesting about it is in the past, Bryson Stott has had a lot of good runs at the plate, but this felt like a true swing change and not just like a hot couple months. It's an obvious change. He's more upright. The hands are lower. It's very Schwarberish. He has a very Schwarberish stance now. Not saying he's going to hit 56 home runs, but if he can just get to that 770 OPS, right? That in that range. Slap hit over the field, steal bags, and play really good defense. The Phillies could use a 780 OPS Bryson Stott compared to the 660 to 710 that he's been most of his career.
We're talking to Luke Arcani here of Crossing Broad, has a tremendous Substack on the Phillies as well. And Luke, when you look at this season, we can list out a number of different concerns for the way this goes. What is the number one concern for Luke Arcani going into the 2026 season for the Phillies?
I think just figuring out, the middle of that lineup. I trust Trey, I trust Bryce, I trust Schwarber. I'm really excited for Crawford. I think, he's one of those players that I think you could tell me he's going to have any sort of season, and at this point I would believe you. But it's that middle of the lineup for me. I'm excited about the bullpen. I'm excited about the rotation, but it's, what do you get from 4 to 8? Because I think that truly determines how far this team goes. I mean, we saw it last year. Kyle Schwarber hit 56 home runs, and Trey Turner won the batting title, and they lost in the NLDS. Yeah. You need production out of the middle of the lineup. The Bohm, the Stott, the Marsh, the Adolis. Those for me are the 4 guys, and JT Realmuto is a 5th. It's really those 5 guys. If you get a good season from 3 of them, I think the team's going to win a lot of games. If all 5 of those guys struggle, it may be a bit of a rough start.
Yeah, I don't think this is breaking news. They lack an impact bat, and that's why they were, when they almost backdoored their way into Bo Bichette. As fans, we knew it too, and we were closer to losing in the playoffs. Feels like they're an impact bat short unless one of these guys steps up, or like Adolis Garcia. I asked Sean over/under home runs on Garcia this year. I said 80.5. He said over.
Over.
So he thinks he's going to have a big year. But so with Garcia, I don't know. I guess I'm tempering my expectations because we know that he had that great World Series run and he's got great power. And defensively, he's also really good. So that's something we should talk about more. But ultimately, if he just is a guy that has power, but he's hitting meatballs and mistakes and he has a bad approach at the plate, I don't really know what that's going to do for you in the playoffs. And that's really where, if he can take that step and be like, wow, this is the best he's been at the plate since the World Series, then you could be talking about a team that can win.
Absolutely. And they did a lot of tweaks with Garcia in spring. They messed with the swing a little bit. He got away from what he was a couple years ago in the World Series, and they tried to get him back to that. It was a bit of a long process. He didn't have a great spring, but he was working on a lot of things. And the biggest thing for him that they were really focusing on is just not chasing at the plate. The last 2 years, he fell into a bit of a chase, situation. I think they really want him to have a good eye at the plate. Because if he gets on base, right, you just need these guys to get on base. You don't need anyone to hit 70 home runs. Get these guys on base, let guys drive them in. If Adolis is getting on base, ripping balls into the gap, it'll be a good start for him in right center.
All right, Luke, let's get down to business here. I woke up to about 3 text messages coming to my phone over last night talking about who's hitting a home run, same game parlay, all that nonsense. So let's go ahead and focus on today's game. We're 5 hours away. Vivaldi on the mound. He had a heck of an off season. He had a great year last year. He was shut down in August, strained rotator cuff. Then he had a surgery to repair a sports hernia, and now he is the starter. Pretty good arm. We know that. Expectations from somebody at the plate today. Who's going yard, if anybody? Who's going to hit some total bases? Sanchez going to mow down 10? Where are we at today?
Yeah, I saw Sanchez's line was, I think it's 5.5. That's an interesting number for me. I like that. And I mean, if you go off the history, Bryce Harper's hit really well against Nathan Eovaldi. He's 8 for 24 with a home run. I like Bryce today. I think we continue to. A lot of people are just wanting Bryce to finally have this Bryce season again. He obviously, one of the last swings he took was the towering home run in the World Baseball Classic. I think he's got a shot to go yard today, especially based off of the past stats. But, how could you not look at Schwarber as well? He loves opening day. So either of those two guys, usually opening day, I always roll with the big guns. So I'm going to roll with those guys today.
How many wins this year, Luke? What's your prediction?
95. 95 and 67, I guess that would be. Yeah, 95 and 67.
So earlier you had said that you thought 90 wins was the floor. Then bet that. Because right now the over-under is 89.5 wins. Oh, yeah. So if you think that's the floor, and I agree with you. To me, this is a shoebox bet. This is easy, man. You can start collecting interest now.
I think people just love to, latch on to the playoffs and sometimes forget that. And yes, playoffs mean a lot more than regular season, but this has continually been a better regular season team every year since Rob Thompson took over. They've won more games every year since he took over. Not saying they'll get to 100 this year, but I think they have a chance to be in that 94 to 98 win range.
Yep. Luke, great stuff, man. We'll be talking to you soon, and make sure you check Luke out and everything that he does, Crossing Broad, and follow social media. Thanks, Luke.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys.
All right, again, there he is. Luke Arcady.
So today, that's the big question. I literally did wake up to 3 text messages, 3 separate people. Garcia's going yard.
We want it so bad.
We're going to will it.
This city wants it so bad for Garcia.
What does Bill call him? Adolis the Swollest?
Yeah, Adolis the Swollest.
Love it.
A Swollest.
A Swollest?
A Swollest. A Swollest is what I was going with. He went with Adolis the Swollest.
Are you more high on Crawford or Garcia?
Oh, Crawford by far.
Yeah?
And Luke said it during the hit where he's talking about him walking. Don't expect that. He's never been that player.
Who, Garcia?
No, he's never been that
Correct.
player.
Yeah.
No, he's a guy that's going up there and he's swinging. He's not taking pitches.
Good prop bet for the season would be higher, like the highest that we get possibly is the highest batting average or Adolis Garcia's OBP for the season. Does a Philly have a higher batting average than Adolis Garcia has a higher OBP this season?
That's really close.
It's a good prop bet because you have to bet on someone pretty much hitting 300.
Wow.
Because he'll be in the 290s, I'd assume.
This morning on PHL 17, I said I would be shocked if Garcia didn't hit 25 home runs. Shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked, but I would probably bet the over. The actual, at least on Bet Parks, it's 22.5. So
you'd be disappointed if he doesn't hit 25.
I mean, that's what I'm looking for, about 25.
Yeah, same.
And not to be a total hole in the lineup. I don't know enough of him on a game-by-game basis. Is he a guy that gets hot and then he goes cold and he goes ice cold? Because when he's hot, Rob Thompson's actually done a really good job of moving the guys around in the bottom of that order to where he'll move somebody up to clean up when he's hot. So you could you asked Luke, do you think he could? I definitely think at some point this year he's going to be hitting cleanup. It's just a matter of he's never been the player outside of a short stretch where he's coming up and you're like, oh man, thank God Garcia's coming up.
Why? Let me ask you this question. Put yourself in Tom Topper's head. Why, if you're filling out that card today, is Bohm your cleanup hitter and not Garcia?
He's a much better hitter. He's got a better approach at the plate. He will draw walks. He'll see pitches.
Because Bohm is not hitting a home run. Bohm had, 11 home runs last year?
Yes.
So, we know the power is not there, and we know Bohm.
Production.
So it comes down to just, hey, man, he's a better at-bat, and, of course, there's more to the game than hitting home runs.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and Garcia he can hit home runs in the 6-hole too, right?
That's allowed.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that.
And to be fair, to the way Thompson manages, this is his guy. Bohm's been here for how long at this point? He loves I'm going to reward the guy that's been around me. Why is Aaron Nola starting the second game of the season instead of Jesus Luzardo?
Fair.
It's not because he's a better pitcher than Jesus Luzardo at this point.
And they won 96 games last year.
So that was actually, when he said 95 wins, we could actually take every single person that picks under 96 wins for the Phillies and just headline it. Luke Arcani thinks Phillies step back in 2026.
Definitely.
So, we could do that to Luke.
A step back season. That's what Luke says.
It's funny you say that because last night baseball did start up, and unfortunately I wasn't able to watch much of that game, John.
Yankees dominated.
They did. But how about this write-up for the AP? Yankees shut out Giants to open 2026 MLB season, and then they go in on Judge. Aaron Judge went hitless on opening day for the first time and struck out 4 times for the first time since September 2024. But the New York Yankees still produced plenty of offense and beat the San Francisco Giants 7-0.
So the lead of the story, the first words you see in the story is Aaron Judge.
Is that unfair?
Good SEO work.
No, that's third paragraph.
Isn't it?
That's third paragraph.
Damn, dude.
I will say, in a group chat with my uncle from up in North Jersey, the headline for him was Aaron Judge was 0 for 40, struck out 4 times.
Right.
They win 7-0.
Well, that would be an Eagles fan headline.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts goes 11 for 20 and for 95 yards, but they win 34-7.
If they had won that Chargers game, it would have been Hurts had 4 interceptions.
It would have been
5 turnovers, but they somehow won at the end.
You score 7 runs, you get 5 in the second. Oh, by the way, you went up against a pretty good pitcher in Webb. Come on, man.
All right, a lot of listeners already. People from the YouTube chat are already out. Karate Mark.
Crew.
We'll tell you the crew that is here. We have a pack of baseball cards from Andy in Lambertville from 1987 Topps, unopened.
Bo Jackson.
That we're going to open on the air.
Future Stars card. You know the card. It's in there.
So if you opened up a card that was worth $500, don't you have to give that back to Andy?
No, I'm going to Wheelhouse. I'm going to Wheelhouse in Main Line, and I'm going to sell it. Thanks, Andy.
All right, we have some bunch of voice memos on the Davis Honda text line that we'll play coming up. Some Phillies. There's someone that's talking about Sean Brace. So if you want to get in on the phone calls or the text line, 610-632-0975, you can send the voice memos, which we'll play coming up next. That's the phone line as well, 610-632-0975. Baseball is back. We are live with Corona at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe in Northeast Philly. And we'll come back and have some opening day Phillies trivia for you guys. All right, that's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5, The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies season opens today. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Major League Baseball on NBC and Peacock. MLB opening day kicks off with a doubleheader on NBC and Peacock. The Pirates versus the Mets. Then the Diamondbacks face the World Series champion Dodgers today at 1 and 8 Eastern. The Phillies open up today at 4:15. Christopher Sanchez on the mound against Nathan Eovaldi for the Texas Rangers. Phillies get their 2026 campaign opened up this afternoon. Ricky Bowe will be among those throwing out the first pitch down there. Our own Ricky Batalco here on The Fanatic. Stay tuned for opening day talk all throughout the show today, live from Maggie's Waterfront Cafe in Northeast Philadelphia. 76ers, a 157-137 win over the Bulls last night. Embiid at 35, George at 28 points, both of them returning to the lineup. 76ers get back to action Saturday night, and after the game last night, Dan from Collegeville won knockout, and our own Austin Jones was the last of the staff to be in that game. The Flyers have the Blackhawks tonight at 7 o'clock. Catch the game right here on The Fanatic. They entered tonight 5 points out of a playoff spot. The NFL owners' meetings begin on Monday. This update's also brought to you by Taco Bell. New crispy chicken crunch wrap sliders at Taco Bell with nuggets and your choice of sauce inside. One's a snack, more's a meal at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time and while supplies last. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
All right, we're back. Keep it up. Keep it up there. We're live at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe, Northeast Philly, live with Corona. Hit it! Beers are flowing already, Sean Brace.
Not for me.
Middays with Mark, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn.
Soon enough, though.
Ray's sneaking booze in the bathroom. Don't think I don't know you.
When can I open this up?
Look at that.
Ray, as far as I'm concerned, you get drunk on the air. I don't care. It's you have to answer to the boss.
I'll take a Corona.
A drunk Ray might be an entertaining Ray. Now you might lose your job.
But, I mean, for one day, Crossing Broad will get a great story out of it. You guys will get a great story out of it.
Preston and Steve used to do the drunk show.
Wow.
I don't know if they still do.
That was that's a throwback there. Yeah, that's a good call by you.
They would have to have somebody with them as like somebody that's with them to make sure that there's a responsible party with them. We could do that with Ray.
I mean, I'm in on that. I just have to not be on the board for the day. That's the thing. I can't operate the board. You got to have me in as a third mic, and then we just have someone escort me on home.
All right, we're going to get to some phone calls coming up in a second. Again, we're live at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe. So the good people from Corona have arrived with Corona T-shirts. How about this, Ray? Limes in, play ball.
That's right. Official cerveza.
Very cool.
So we have, when I say between the Fanatic shirts and Corona, we have a ton of shirts. So when you're coming out here to Maggie's in the Northeast, grab a shirt, register to win the Phillies tickets that we have for next Wednesday's game. We have 2 pair of that. And drink some Coronas, $5 Corona Light drafts, $4 Corona extra bottles. Hoo-ah!
Yeah, I got a couple buddies that are coming through. They all said noon would be the earliest. That's a perfect time for everybody to slide by, get yourself a menu, pull up a chair, and enjoy the show.
So Lance and Marge were our first listeners that were here today. They're sitting there, big Phillies fans, Northeast Philly.
Nice.
All right, Lance, Marge, thank you. Karate Mark was here.
Yes, sir.
Andy from Lambertville from the YouTube chat has brought us each a pack of Topps baseball cards from 1987.
You want me to go first?
You want to do it now? Let's wait.
Okay.
Let's wait. Dawu from the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
That's
is
where
here.
the Ciroc came from. He gave me the Ciroc.
He gave me scrub mommies and scrub daddies because I do the dishes.
Oh, my. I didn't connect it. Oh, that is unbelievable.
That's so great.
Very cool.
And I appreciate it. I'm going to
Scrub
use
mommy,
it.
very valuable.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
man.
we need more dish talk. Like that needs to be a segment.
After last night when I got home, there was dishes that were finished. Because you can't start the morning off with dishes in the sink. I need everything ready because I got to do especially this morning, I got to do the lunches.
Everything's got to be clear.
So because I've invested highly in Stanley's and all the other stupid water jugs the kids need these days. So I need an addition on my house for it.
Yeah.
So they need to be cleaned out so I can just put the ice in the water in it.
I actually interviewed the Scrub Daddy guy. He's a local guy.
Yeah, I actually have seen that before.
He is a very, very brilliant brain entrepreneur that just struck gold.
Shark Tank?
He did get on Shark Tank, yeah.
Did they not invest? I forget what the story was there.
Oh, man, it was a little while ago, but it's on the YouTube page. You can go ahead and watch it. He was entertaining.
All right.
And there's 1,000,001 items. The Scrub Daddy scrub over there. A
lot of items.
Yeah, all that.
All right, let's take a couple phone calls here. Chris calling from Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Chris, what's up? Happy opening day.
Hey, Nate. Hey, guys. How are you doing? Happy opening day.
What's up, brother?
Nothing much. I got a question about Wheeler and being in AAA. Like, how long do you think he's going to rehab for till he's full strength and back at it?
I mean, what do you think, right? 2 starts?
I think it's going to be a little bit more than that. I think
3
they're going to
starts?
try and get him up to 3 innings on Saturday. I don't know if he's going to go beyond that. So if you think he's building that way, you're probably looking at 3 starts potentially down there, 3 turns. So almost 3 weeks down there just because I don't know how much they're going to push him.
Are you going to the game, Chris?
Absolutely. I'll be there.
Are you getting the ribs?
I live
the
a
Zach
stone's
Wheeler
throw
ribs?
away from the stadium.
Oh, awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we got
All right.
season tickets there and to the Phillies. So
Both?
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, so for people that haven't taken the trip up to AAA to watch a game, it's a really good ballpark.
If I'm not
it's an
mistaken,
awesome
it was
ballpark.
just named the minor league ballpark. Like, I think they just got some
Was it
award. They
really?
were just named something. I saw that come across the timeline. That Coca-Cola Park got that award. It's a great place.
All right, so
Yeah,
Chris,
it's
you're our
such a-
AAA you'll have to be our AAA correspondent when we need something. We need to hear from you, all right?
Absolutely.
All right, bud. Appreciate you calling in. Thank you. We haven't heard from this guy. He was just released from the hospital.
Oh.
His name is Herb from Northeast Philly, who had his heart surgery earlier this week. Herb, how you feeling, buddy?
Okay, brother. Okay, just got out about 20 minutes.
So how did it go? Everything went well? Procedure went well? You're good?
Everything. Yeah. It wasn't really heart surgery. It was. Yeah, I mean, it was. I had AFib, and they had to shock the heart, and they put you to sleep for about 10 minutes, and you wake up, and that's it. So,
you're good. All right. Well, good to hear from you.
Yeah, start
you coming up here to Maggie's? I already met people that they were asking, where's Herb? He's like most popular guy from Northeast Philly ever.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you're not coming here?
I got a couple errands to do. Let me see what I can do.
All right. See what you can do.
Because I got to rest up. I got to work at double tomorrow down here.
You know
what I mean?
All right, Herb. What about the Phillies this year, buddy?
Phillies, man, I got 2 words for you. Okay? Hit and pitch. Okay? That's my 2 words all season. Hit and pitch.
That's it.
That's all she wrote.
Written in crayon on a spiral bound notebook.
What about defense?
Right.
What about defense?
Yeah.
No defense?
No, they don't need defense.
Just hit and pitch.
Hit and pitch.
I like it.
But do you think they're going to hit and pitch? Do you think they're going to hit and pitch, Herb?
Yeah, they're going to hit. They're going to hit, and they're going to pitch. I think it's going to be a good year, bro.
It's a similar philosophy to his NFL philosophy. Run the ball and pass the ball.
Oh.
It's what you do.
No tackle.
You got to run it. You got to throw it.
What do you have against defense?
Well, he's a defensive guy.
Gotcha.
They're going to they know about the defense. They make the plays.
Okay.
Yeah.
They make the plays. You don't have to worry about them.
Prior to the Super Bowl that the Eagles lost, Herb gave a speech. Herb came on location. We said, Herb, we want you to address the team. The Eagles are listening right now. They're gathered around, watching, listening. And it was a poor speech. It didn't juice anybody up. And they lost. Oh. So Herb, right now, if you were talking to the Phillies, you're in that. Rob Thompson says, all right, guys, listen.
Come on.
He's a really big deal locally. Former big-time catcher in the minor league organization of somebody. Herb from Northeast Philly, and you came walking in. What would you say to the guys, Herb?
What I say to the guys, okay, guys, this is it. We got 162 games. We got to put the pressure on the team. You know who they are. We got to beat them up. Hit the ball, pitch, bullpen, play the defense, get this thing done. That's what I'm expecting. I want to see it. I want to see a World Series this year.
Let's go, guys! Got this place going off the wall, Herb. All right, listen, man. Rest up. Don't do too much. We'll be back out again. So don't do too much if you can't make it here. All right.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, buddy.
It kind of felt like a little Charlie Manuel-esque.
All right, Herb.
I don't mean like
love it.
At the end of the day,
certainly not Gabe Kapler.
What was 08 Charlie saying? Kind of that, right?
Hitting season.
It's hitting season, boys.
Right.
You know what to do.
It was similar to the Eagles' speech that he gave. It was, run the ball, throw the ball. Let's go.
Yeah.
He's more the analytical mind.
4 hours and 36 minutes, boys. First pitch.
But that's what you need, especially a long season like that. In modern-day baseball, you need the analytics of Herb.
Right.
Hit the ball, throw the ball. Defense.
Are you down with taking the season down 20 games?
No.
You want 162 still?
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I know. But and Johnny Mark's the commissioner. You're the commissioner of Major League Baseball.
I'm fine with 162.
Me too.
I have no issue with it. When people bring that up, it's like, okay, well, why? You have nothing else to write about today, so you're going to say that, that means John Middleton's not getting however many home games, which is millions of dollars.
10, you split 10 away, 10 home.
Right.
So you go to 142 and
But would it make it a better product, which is really what you're asking? I mean, I don't know.
It's a good conversation. I think these things need to be asked, but I don't want to touch it. And I sure as heck don't want NBA to go to 62 games either.
Oh, they would love that.
Sure.
God.
What else do they need in that league?
All right, coming up. So I talked about this before. I have some opening day trivia. for you guys. And we do it. We have a number of voice memos that we have to get to next segment.
Including one that's making fun of me.
An anti-Sean Brace voice memo, some Philly stuff, and more. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. All right, we're live here in Maggie's Waterfront Cafe. Be here till 2 o'clock today, but check this out. I mean, even after we're off the air, is there not a better place to be watching the game today, watching the tournament games tonight, than Maggie's and drinking Corona? That's right. Come hang with us, ice-cold Corona. So check it out. $5 Corona Light drafts, $4 Corona extra bottles. We have the Phillies tickets to next Wednesday's game. We have the 97.5 The Fanatic opening day T-shirts. There's Corona sunglasses, which I already stole. We have the necklaces. We have the T-shirts, a ton of T-shirts, the big koozies for your Corona, because Corona is the official cerveza of Major League Baseball. Limes in, play ball. Must be 21. Get out here today and join us. Please drink responsibly.
Got something to say about Philly sports?
Text us on the Davis Honda text line at 610-
Aggies, the great Northeast. Philadelphia, and during the break there, I mean, geez, those French fries, and the manager here, Jim, he brought out some shrimp, cheesesteak egg rolls, which are amazing, and the shrimp seems to come with some kind of spicy sauce.
Play ball.
That you dip the bread in.
Dude.
But the French fries, he told me there's a couple secret ingredients in the fries. I don't know if I've had better French fries in my life, and I'm not kidding.
They're so good. I could sit there and pick at that entire bowl for this entire segment.
God. And I was just talking to Marge out there, and she told me they have the Irish Cuban sandwich, which is it's special because it's St. Patrick's month.
Ah, let me see this real quick because I do want to shout. I think he said these were homemade. Real fast, the cheesesteak egg rolls,
also delicious.
The sriracha American cheese sauce, dude. The cheesesteak egg rolls, they're not your normal egg rolls. Like
anybody can make a cheesesteak egg roll. Let's face it.
Wow, really good.
Look at you. All right, so let's get to some voice memos here. What do we want to start off with the Phillies one? Let's start off with the Phillies one there, Nate. So just to remind people, these are voice text messages that you're sending to the Davis Honda text line of 610-632-0975. That number, when you get to the text, then you just hit the little button, the plus button. It pops up a window and then it says audio. When you hit that audio button, it starts recording, and then you can send us. Just give us your name, your location, and your occupation.
Yep.
All right. And here's something we got on the Phillies.
Hi, this is Zach from Doylestown. I've got my Phillies win total going 93 wins. I think my bold prediction for the year is going to be that no Phillies fans are going to be upset about the fact that Bo Bichette's a Met, because by the All-Star break, Aiden Miller's going to be up here batting 300, stealing bags. Going to forget Bo Bichette. He is even playing in baseball till he's striking out 3 times a game against the Phils. Got the team MVP this year being nobody else but Christopher Sanchez. Going to be once again in the Cy Young race. Go Phils, go fighting.
Yeah, so just again with Aiden Miller, he hasn't even played an inning of baseball. He ended last season with a bad back, and it didn't get better over the offseason. He's not even doing baseball activities yet.
Ooh, I didn't know that was last year related.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, this is like the underlying, like, hey, it's baseball season. Let's get excited about the Phillies. Underlying concern out of the spring, where he didn't participate at all, and this is a back thing that's now reoccurring, and it's kept him out, and they're being very cautious with him, which is causing me to be concerned about the long term with Aiden Miller.
Well, it's not good that it's a back.
Right.
Correct.
Right? It's one thing if it's a hamstring or you had this or that, the back. Now, like he's going to get great medical care, so it's not like that but I mean, the problem is, and again, this is the problem if you have the expectation of a 21-year-old that hasn't really played at AAA, that he's going to be an integral part of a team that's trying to win a World Series. It's just not like, as much as people don't like Bohm, and I get it. Like, are you kidding me? He's the best option. It's not even close. He's the cleanup hitter on the team. So let's let Aiden Miller get healthy and learn third base. He's never played third base since high school defensively.
Yeah,
everybody just calm down.
I think I read today that Justin Crawford in center field is the youngest starting outfielder for the Phillies on opening day since 1972 with the Bull. So it's like we know how this team operates. So you got a young guy out there. Let's not get carried away.
Yeah, who were we talking to the Phillies? Who doing this yesterday? Talking Phillies? Or maybe it was Salisbury before.
Okay.
It might have been Jim.
Right.
Might have been Jim. He brought up Justin Crawford, and it took me back to, and how he framed it. He said that you're not relying on him to be anything more than what he needs to be at the bottom of the lineup, right? Can't be a hole like Rojas was, and he's not going to be. But I remember when Marlon Byrd came up many, many years ago.
He lived behind me in Scranton when he was in AAA.
Did he really?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's when it was the
Red Barons.
The Red Barons. They were in the Phillies.
Actually, we used to
AAA
see
team.
him leave and go to the ballpark a lot. Good
Yep.
dude. Nice guy.
And he was a big-time prospect. The problem with when Marlon Byrd came up, the Phillies weren't good. They didn't have great players. So it became, this prospect is going to save us. He wasn't saving anybody. And he turned himself into a really good player. Marlon Byrd had a great career.
Great career.
But coming up when you're 23, 24 years old, being asked to be the savior of the team, it just wasn't realistic. Crawford doesn't have to do that. Crawford needs to come up and be a productive player and be good defensively. And I really think he's going to do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to be cautious when I say this, but I want to put expectations on a kid, and I think he wants him. A first-round pick. Like, I know
Who
baseball.
batted .334 last year.
He hit over 300 every level in the minors. Like, I get it. It's not the minors, and I understand first-round picks aren't the same compared to, like, NFL. First round is first round. Like, I have expectations for Crawford, and the bar is not low, but it's middle, right? Like, you can get underneath it. If it's the limbo dance at a wedding, we're not starting off down low here. We want to get everybody involved. That's where I'm at with Crawford. Steel bags, right? Ground balls. Play great defense.
Walk.
Let's go.
Yep. All right. I have some opening day trivia here for you two. You can battle it out. All right. Most starts by a pitcher in Phillies opening day history.
Steve Carlton?
Correct, with 14.
Sorry.
Rob, well, we're going to alternate. Robin Roberts had 12, and I think that was 12 straight. Carlton did not have them all in a row.
Could Ray be my phone a friend?
If you don't know it.
Yeah.
Most starts by a position player, 16.
Can you give me, like...
It's modern.
Okay.
It's somebody that you would know.
16. Wow, 16 straight?
Just says 16 starts.
All right, so 16 starts opening day for the Phillies.
I think it would be straight.
That's incredible.
Where's the pitch?
I don't even have a guess.
Michael Jack Schmidt.
Oh, there you
Mike
go.
Schmidt.
Yeah.
Second with 14 is who?
Jimmy?
Correct. All right.
That's incredible.
This pitcher made 6 consecutive opening day starts recently. Last 10 years.
Last 10 years. Aaron Nola?
Correct.
Wow.
Nola, 2018 to 2023, like you guys had mentioned before, he gets the ultimate respect by Rob Thompson because that's the kind of manager he is being the number 2 starter. Also breaks up the lefties.
Well,
just saying, Ray.
It's funny because we had talked a little bit over the weekend about Nola being the number 2. The fact that Zach Wheeler should have won the 2021 Cy Young, and next year in 2022, it's like, hey,
still Nola.
Aaron Nola's our boy. He's starting opening day.
I saw the same thing because Wheeler's only been 2 years being the opening day starter.
How good is Zach Wheeler?
It's one of the best signings in the history of the city.
Thanks, Mets.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Shout out to
honestly, I didn't love the signing. He was hurt. He couldn't stay healthy.
It was Patrick Corbin's season, everyone.
Oh, man, and they wanted him.
Yeah.
And the Nationals gave him the extra year and the extra money, so they didn't get him. What's another one I have here? All right.
Ray's on fire.
So center field, there's been 8 different players in the last 9 years that have started opening day in center field.
All right.
Last year.
Last year was Rojas.
Incorrect.
No, Marsh.
Correct.
Wow.
Year before.
How about that? 2024, they would have given Rojas the opening day nod.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Marsh in 23. In 2022, no one you would ever think would be the starter in center. Traded to the Tigers at some point.
Oh, Matt Beerling.
Correct. 2021, a former first-round pick. Here's the pitch starting in center field.
Ooh, former first-round pick.
He retired at one point and then tried to come back. How about that Adam Hazley?
Oh, my gosh. Adam Hazley. I was waiting for us to get back to the Odubel times.
2020, I love this. He was drafted as a shortstop. They made him a center fielder. And I love this kid in the minors. Never developed.
Love the kid in the
very
minors.
short.
Shortstop, very short. I don't know.
Now batting for the Phillies, center fielder Roman Quinn.
See, I forgot he was a shortstop. Because Quinn got in there at one point, but I didn't think he was a shortstop.
Wait, no, he was drafted as a shortstop.
Ah, gotcha.
As I said. 2019, you mentioned Odubel. 2018. So it was an Odubel sandwich. 19 was Odubel. 17 was Odubel. Who was in between?
Between Odubels. Not Roman Quinn. We just did
AA.
They didn't have Aaron Altera in center field.
How about that Aaron Altera in 2018?
Louise. We were in dire straits.
Yep.
Wonder how Kapler didn't win with that 2018 team.
Yeah, but Bryce Harper was on the team, right?
2018, no. That was pre. That was when Clentac was obsessed with Carlos Santana, so they went out and signed Carlos Santana. They sent
so it was 19.
Rhys Hoskins out to left field. 19 was when Harper gets here.
Because I remember he didn't like Odubel. Go figure.
Yeah.
Go Phil. I don't think anybody did.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Coming up, news at noon. Man, it's opening day. We're live at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe.
I got an itch, man. I want to open this pack of cards.
So how about we do this? We're going to do News at noon with Ray, and then we'll open these top scores. And here's what we need on the Davis Honda text line with the voice messages. All right, we need bold prediction, age, location, occupation, prediction, bold prediction, win total, etc. Because we have a bunch of ones we're going to start rotating in. All right, that's 610-632-0975. We're live at Maggie's drinking Corona. Back with the news at noon at Ray. Don't go anywhere. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
It's baseball season, boys. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies finally return to the field today. It's opening day down there at Citizens Bank Park. All gets going at 4:15. Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies. Nathan Eovaldi on the mound for the Texas Rangers. Last night, the 76ers won 157-137 over the Bulls. Joel Embiid, 35 points. Paul George, 28 points. Both of them returning to the lineup last night. Just a game out of that 5th seed, currently sitting in 7th in the Eastern Conference. They're back on the floor Saturday night. And speaking of being on the floor, last night after the game, it was Fanatic knockout night. Dan from Collegeville, the overall winner. Austin Jones, the last one of the Fanatic staff, left in that. Flyers, Blackhawks tonight at 7 o'clock. You can listen to it live right here on the Fanatic. They enter tonight 5 points out of a playoff spot. In football, they are just a few days away from the owners' meetings getting underway. That starts on Monday. This update is brought to you by Allstate, which you can save on home insurance. With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
You can hear him. We're live at May. How many Coronas deep are you?
I mean, after you saw last night, I'm not the most agile guy on my feet anymore.
That's true.
Did you see my There's a video that's surfacing. Like, I had a 6-inch vertical last night. It's so embarrassing.
And that was actually the best of the entire staff. Good work, Sean Brace.
When I'll do hopscotch with the kids outside in the driveway, and my feet don't really, they make fun of me because my feet don't really leave the ground. Like, well, you don't lift your feet up. I'm like, I don't? Like, it's like I guess I don't. Like, that's my vert at this point. But anyway, all right, we're live at Maggie's, drinking Corona. Johnny Rogers, my man, came out, Northeast Philly right there. Great
Johnny.
Phillies fan. Over there talking about, and we're talking about like, hey, we know this is a really good team, and it's then what happens in October. And we both agree the regular season's great. If you think about it, and we'll get to the news and noon in a second, the Phillies have been fun for a number of years now. I mean, it's not like that we've had, oh, my God, just hurry up and get. No, the seasons have been great.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, unfortunately, they haven't been ending the way that we want it.
Well, again, this morning, I was asked that question. How do we balance it as a fan base? And I thought that was the perfect phrase, right? Like, how do you balance it? Because I plain and simple. You know me. I keep it simple, stupid. I said it's 162. You got to enjoy the ride. And when you win back-to-back divisions, there's been a lot of great times down at the Ball Yard. Oh, by the way, 4 straight playoff appearances, right?
That's right.
4 straight? Like, come on, man.
Right. And I've watched enough Phillies teams that you knew at the beginning of the season that didn't have a chance. The fact that, and we'll micromanage and we'll nitpick with stuff.
Sure.
They have a legitimate chance to win a World Series this year. They're one of the best teams in the National League. Again, it's a tremendous pitching staff. There's been far too many years where I knew the team wasn't going to be good, and I still was excited during. You're excited for opening day. You're not necessarily excited for the season. You should be excited about the Phillies this year, and I think most Phillies fans are.
Oh, yeah, definitely are. And, of course, under 5 hours away from opening day, but you got Bryce Harper, you got Schwarber, you got some Turner, you got a great pitching staff, Wheeler, the names, you know what they are. This team's ready to go.
All right, well, the 12 o'clock hour brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing, 48 months rebates, tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more at ServiceFirstHVAC.com. It's time for the news at noon. It doesn't matter what comes in the world of sports. The news at noon with Ray Dunn. Bad Athlete Podcast, angry college coaches, innocuous and random topics. The news at noon with Ray Dunn. The news at noon with Ray Dunn. The news at noon with Ray Dunn.
All right, this is the News at Noon with Ray Dunn. We're going to send you to Houston. Sweet 16 this weekend, getting going tonight. Houston Cougars have Illinois this evening. And this is Kelvin Sampson getting off the bus as they were preparing for their matchup yesterday, getting a chance to go down to the gym at the Toyota Center in Houston. Here is Kelvin Sampson.
Nice flight.
Right there he's saying, nice flight, walking off sarcastically, because Houston will be playing in Houston. Are either of you aware how Houston ended up in this situation?
It was a talking point when the bracket came out because everybody was freaking out that Florida would be playing Houston in Houston, and Florida was the overall 1 seed from that region.
Do you know how this came to be? Because if you were the host institution for the Sweet 16, you cannot play there. Houston, prior to this season, was lined up to be the host institution in Houston for the Sweet 16. However, the Cougars realized before the season, hey, we're going to be pretty good at this basketball thing this year. There's a chance that we could be in that region, and we would want to be playing in Houston as Houston. They went around Houston asking other universities to host it for them. Rice was like, sure, why not? So Rice is the host institution at the Toyota Center, meaning the Houston Cougars can play just miles from their campus in what qualifies basically as a home Sweet 16 game, and assuming they win, a home Elite 8 game.
Is this the first that it's ever been done? Have other universities done this before? Why wouldn't you do this?
I mean, this is the most
recent, obviously.
Yeah, this is the smartest I've ever seen anyone pull this off. I have not seen this happen before. Right. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened before ever, but I don't believe.
Yeah, most of the time you'll have a rivalry, I don't know, am I not getting this correct, but like Duke versus UNC, would you, hey, we'll support you.
Right, I would imagine not.
No. Would they do that in the Big Five, though?
Ooh. I think so.
Probably.
Yeah, I think they would. And, like Rice, You talk about a big rival. I don't think Rice is the big rival against Houston. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a loophole.
And oh, by the way, money talks.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. They're not going to say no.
Yeah, that is a tough game though tonight. Houston 2.5-point favorites taking down Illinois. Illinois, unbelievable offense. Houston, great defense. Sampson is just a tremendous coach. You want to talk about a guy that was trying to find his way. Remember, he was out of Indiana, and nobody wanted anything to do with him. And the program he has built there, it's insane.
It really is.
That game is incredible, though, tonight. Can't wait for it.
But you had talked about Gonzaga basically playing a home game last weekend. This is a home game.
That's true.
I mean, you could probably walk from their campus.
Is Houston to play?
I'm always going to take Kelvin Sampson's team in that case.
I think I'm going Illinois.
Oh, all right. That offense going to overwhelm the defense of the Cougars?
What's Houston's seed?
They're 2.
2 versus 3.
2 versus 3. Yeah, it's a pretty good line. Maybe an Illinois line.
Illinois looked great, man.
Yeah, they did.
Going to Illini.
All right, Ray.
All right, second one for you. Follow up from yesterday. We got you the McAfee and Orlovsky back and forth. Well, Dan Orlovsky had a heck of a day on the internet yesterday, continuing to be dragged for his Ty Simpson take. People saying that because they're both rep by the CAA, that Orlovsky's saying that Simpson's the best quarterback in the draft, and because, as you point out yesterday, Sean Brace, his defense of it was not too great. Orlovsky really took it on the chin when it came to the internet yesterday. As for Pat McAfee, he wants to stick up for his guy, even if his guy might have been wrong.
Dan Orlovsky had a long day on the internet.
Why?
We would like to let everybody know we love Dan Orlovsky.
Love him.
We birthed Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
So, we actually love Dano. He swam himself right into this one, so that's on him. But we know Dano. Dan will go back to the tape. Dan will continue to do his
Already
thing.
has.
We appreciate Dan. We love Dan. And I kind of hate how he does stuff and then plays victim.
Sure.
I don't like how that happens.
I see that. I was crybaby.
But on that note, we love Dano.
Yes.
We love everything about Dano. And Dano genuinely believes everything he's saying. I think people need to give him a little bit more credit for that. Even if he does ask dumb questions like what big games has Fernando Mendoza played in, coming off a win, national championship.
Nailed it.
Sure. There's just a lot of that. We love Dano. We would like everybody to know that we love Dano.
right.
And Dano,
Yeah, that's good. That was what we needed from that.
Dano.
We love Dano. We birthed Dano, which is hilarious. Dan Orlovsky apparently has Pat McAfee to thank for his career because he wasn't on ESPN every second of every day before McAfee. And they keep saying they love Dano and then rip him. It's the best way of saying, we want you to come back on this show. Please answer our calls, because apparently he wasn't picking up Pat McAfee's FaceTimes after yesterday.
Come on, Dano.
We want you to answer. Yeah, apparently they're having a little bit of a falling. I don't want to call it falling out, but there's definitely
Feelings have been hurt.
Yeah, Orlovsky is like, McAfee, why'd you do that to me? And it's like,
because you're coming up with these fake takes because
Right.
you feel like you have to do it. Like, come on, Dan. Let's call it
the beast.
Yeah, let's call it what we see. I don't think this is necessarily CAA, their agency, their agents. This is just I need an opinion that I have to put out there. And is there a better opinion than I would take this quarterback over the projected number 1 overall pick?
no.
That's it. It's an easy take. The problem was his take was bad.
Well, Ty Simpson should toss him a couple bucks because his name has been discussed so much because of Dan Orlovsky. Also, local ties with Dano. His wife used to work at the Wells Fargo Center, I believe, as sales.
She's from King of Prussia.
How about that?
He lived here. Before they moved up to he used to come on the radio whenever you would ask him.
Really?
I would get him on the radio. Yeah, back 10 years ago.
On this station?
I had him on the Fanatic and I had him somewhere else.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
I would have, and then he became a big star. Went to ESPN.
A big star.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he's good. I don't know how many million he's going to make in whatever contract, but it's going to be.
No, he's a stud. He's a stud, and he didn't need to go down that route.
But that's the problem is I like him, and he's better than that crap. He really is. It turns me off. It turns me off. He's smart enough to give smart analysis without having to. I mean, when it's fairly clear, he's just saying it because he's got to be.
Feed the beast.
He wants to be different. He's got to play the contrarian opinion because that's what you have to do to be on. When you're in the heavy rotation of First Take and Get Up with Greeny, you have to make stuff up.
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah, and that's what they have to do. I mean, honestly, that's a tough way to live, man. It just is, and some people can do it, but it gets tired.
Oh, that bank account's got to be nice.
And that's why you do it.
Yes.
But still, it takes you inside of what you have to do it.
Yeah.
Which is look like a horse's ass a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. Just don't check dimensions. Keep it moving.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah.
He does. He does check dimensions.
All right, last one for you here. We will take you to the opening day game between the Yankees and the Giants on Netflix. Barry Bonds on the Netflix broadcast. And this is Barry Bonds, the former future New York Yankee, apparently.
George isn't here anymore, so I can tell the truth, right? Well, I would have been the Yankees, but Steinbrenner got on the phone and he called us and they told me, Barry, we're going to give you the money, the highest paid player at that time, but you have to sign the contract by 2 o'clock this afternoon. And I said, excuse me? And I just hung the phone up. Wow. And I went to go get lunch and Dennis Gilbert, my agent, they were like, what do you know you just did? I'm like, did you know what he just said? I just said, forget it. And I went to go by the time I walked down the street to go get lunch, I said, let me just think about this. The Giants called me and I said, I'm going home.
I think that was recorded underwater.
No, I just think we're underwater.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't think it's a recording.
Well, could you give me the cliff notes? He almost signed with the Yankees.
Barry Bonds said, well, since George isn't here anymore, Steinbrenner, I can tell this story. Apparently, Steinbrenner called him up, said, we got a contract for you, but you got to sign it by 2 o'clock today.
In 92, free agency. Wow.
When he went to the Giants.
Nobody tells Barry Bonds what to do. Not the rule book and certainly not George Steinbrenner. So, you know what? I'm going to go to lunch, and if you don't want my services because I'm not going to sign by 2 o'clock, I'll sign with the San Francisco Giants.
Wow.
So what happens to Barry Bonds? What happens with the Yankees? And because you think about that, he doesn't sign. He goes to San Francisco, has a great career with San Francisco, never wins a title, has a great career in San Francisco. Meanwhile, the Yankees do the anti-Yankee thing, which is they win with good signings, their farm system. Bernie Williams, Derek Jeter, Scott Brosius was a good signing. Tino Martinez was a trade. You look at that team, that wasn't a high-priced free agent team. That was a well-built team.
Yeah.
Andy Pettitte, Mo Rivera had studs. And Barry Bonds at that point turned into one of the best players in baseball history.
Yeah.
From that point on.
Well, he was great with the Pirates too. Look, the Yankees ended up winning in 96. They won the 3 straight in 98 to 2000. I don't think that
they don't have that with Bonds.
Really? You don't think so? I think it's down the road enough that
But isn't he the anti in the clubhouse? He can say he's the best teammate ever, like he also did at some point in the last 2 days.
He did say that.
But he was saying, based on what I do at the plate, that doesn't make you the best teammate ever. It makes you a great player.
Is he on every Netflix? Well, they only have. How many games do they have?
I love him.
All right.
I love him because he eats, drinks, and sleeps baseball. There's nothing else he cares about. I respect guys like that.
It's Barry.
Man.
Yeah, it's Barry.
Man. All right. News and new.
If Barry Bonds signs there, can we just do a quick sliding doors here, which would be the funniest possible thing? They want to go all in 92 around Barry Bonds. They draft Derek Jeter, I think 93, 94, one of those 2 years.
All right.
They're like, you know what? We need to sell out and go trade for X player.
Right.
Is Derek Jeter a Hall of Famer?
It's Bernie Williams on the Yankees. To your point, these guys might get traded.
Yeah, that's true.
Derek Jeter's out of the league by 33.
So Barry Bonds signs with was that 92 he signs with the Pirates or with the Giants you had said?
Yeah, free agency, 92.
The Phillies signed Danny Tarnable. I think he had 3 at-bats and he broke his foot and he never played.
That's unbelievable.
All right, we have the opening day lineup for your Philadelphia Phillies. Bryce Harper's batting 8th. What have they done?
What?
Oh my God! No, it's pretty much what you expect. Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Bohm, Stott, Garcia, Marsh, Realmuto, Crawford, and pitching Christopher Sanchez.
Let's go.
All right, so how long do we keep the Stott 5, Marsh 7 portion of this lineup? Do we go into May with those two in those same spots?
Depends how they produce. I would say, what does Donovan say? I would say no.
They got winnable games in the first month. So I think that they do get off to a good start, and that is the consistent lineup from now until, what'd you say, mid-May?
So is it smart? Is it smart to start Stott because he's been hitting well in spring training? I see him as a 7-hitter. I think the bigger problem is, like we had talked about with Bohm, that means Marsh is your 5th hitter, which isn't great either.
Right. And are you going to go, and this might be the way I would go down, why I would have Stott 5th right now if they believe in the adjustments he's made in the spring, the end of last season, if you get into a position like they did in the postseason where they're throwing lefties at you, where they're trying to attack that pocket of Schwarber, Harper, Bohm, and then usually that fifth hitter is going to be a left-handed hitter, do you like Stott's approach at the plate better against the left-hander than you like Marsh's? That, I think, is the best justification I can find for them having him bat fifth, because neither one of them are a fifth hitter really in your mind. But
also, an Uncle Jamie on the Davis Honda text line, aren't we being told Mundo Sosa is going to get at bats against lefties?
So I want to line this up for you, because we kind of flirted with this talk earlier in the week. Does this mean that when they have a left-hander on the mound and they being the opposing team, that we're going to get Otto Kemp batting fifth? Because I don't think they're going to bat Sosa fifth.
Otto Kemp's a better 5-hole hitter than Marsh or Stott. Got more power.
Yeah.
May not be a better hitter.
Right.
But the whole thing is you want somebody that's going to drive in the top of your order that's probably still on base.
Correct. I mean, again, it's not great 5-hole hitter options here, but I'm
agreed.
I'm trying to set you up for. I think you're going to see Otto Kemp. I don't know how the Rangers rotation lines up, but
you could see him. You could see him in the first series.
In the first series, batting fifth.
Yep.
I don't think they'll bat Sosa fifth.
No, Sosa's not the. No, to your point, when they're going with the platoon, he's your 5-hole hitter.
Because I think they're going to flip those two. It would be then Sosa batting seventh and then Kemp batting fifth. I think. I don't.
All right, we have a bunch of voice memos. Give us one on the Phillies there, Negative Nate. What do we got?
My name's Jared from Bucks County. I work for WB Homes out in Montgomery County. My win total for the Phils, I'm thinking about 96 games again. I think they won that last year. This team's just too good to not win that many games and win the NL East. I think the team MVP this year, I think Bryce is going to step up. I think old Dombrowski got in Bryce's head over the offseason. I think Bryce is going to have a 40-homer season with 110 RBI. And then bold prediction, I think we're going to get bounced in the wild card round by either the Braves or another team that we should definitely beat. I don't know if these boys can step up in the postseason this year. I just don't know if they can do it.
That's a deep cut with the prediction.
And that's a deep accent, too. Was he born on the Delaware?
Him.
He said from Bucks County, works in Montgomery County.
Sorry.
It sounded like the most Delaware County guy you've ever met.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you're underrating the Bucks in the Montgomery County accent.
There's a lot of
There's a lot of homes up there. Most opening day starts since 1901. Sean Brace and Ray Dunn at catcher with 10. Opening day starts since 1901.
Dutch?
Shooch?
Incorrect. Both of you are incorrect.
Oh. Lieberthal.
How about that, Mike Lieberthal?
Damn. All by you. All right.
First base. Now batting for the Phillies. 10 opening day starts. I don't know if it was straight.
Ryan Howard?
Correct.
Yeah, I was going to say, had to be the piece.
So second base.
Utley.
8. Only 8.
Only 8.
Interesting.
Well, he started, 2012 late? He started.
Yeah, because you had the injury.
Another one.
So Ryan Howard 10, Chase Utley 8. We had said earlier, Jimmy Rollins 14, Schmitty 16. Left field.
Pat?
It's not Pat. His name was mentioned earlier because it was at a young age they made the start.
Luzinski.
How about the bull, Greg Luzinski?
Yep.
9. Opening day start. Center field, an old school guy.
Richie.
He may have an alley in center field. Richie Ashburn, his whiteness with 10.
Got a boy, Ray.
Right field. John Middleton's favorite player. He was just talking about him the other day.
Johnny Callison.
Johnny Callison.
I so made it off that clock.
I was going to say Bob Merlot. That's what I thought it was.
9 for Johnny Callison. Designated hitter. This is fairly easy. Just started. Schwarbs, yeah, and then Steve Carlton with 14.
The first designated hitter to start opening day for the... Oh, actually, it might not be the first, I was going to say, but I think Jay Bruce, when they made the rule in 2020, was the designated hitter.
All right, there's two catchers that started 8 times on opening day. Well, there's actually 3, but you're not going to guess Red Doohan.
Oh, that was my...
I had that, man.
Sorry to steal your thunder, Ray.
It's actually my uncle.
You mentioned the other 2 already.
Dutch and Chooch.
How about that Darren Dalton? Yep.
And Carlos.
All right.
Chooch. Ruiz. Can I open a pack?
Open a pack.
All right, here we go.
Remember when Mike Jarek had said, do you want to ride he meant to say the chooch train, but he said the
Cooch train.
He said, do you ride the cooch train?
Wow, that's a throwback. All right, 1987.
There's gum in here from 1987 as well.
Are you going to eat it?
No.
You can win a trip to 1988 spring training. Here we go. Get the DeLorean.
Enter. So hang on. So these were dropped off to us. Andy in Lambertville, one of our great YouTube viewers in chatters.
Yes, he did.
So look at this. This is from the gum.
Oh, my.
On the back of it. It's been there for 40 years.
Luckily, that's not a Bo Jackson Future Stars card. You can get Barry in this, Barry Larkin.
87 tops.
Greg Maddux, rookie card.
Have you ever done where you get the box and you break the box looking for the...
I have never done a box, but I've definitely done packs.
Oh, my God. My life has already been made. I talked about this guy not too long ago. How about that Jeff Stone?
Oh, there you go.
Outfielder Jeff Stone. That's awesome. Anything good? Any Bo Jacksons? I got a Mike Witt.
A Cecil Fielder down about 200 pounds there with the Blue Jays.
Ooh, before he went to Detroit. That's a good card. Bobby Thigpen, former he'll be a Philly.
Closer.
Later in his career. Robin Yount, that's a good card.
Not John Henry Johnson from the Brew Crew.
Steve Farr, whoever that is. Rich, oh, yeah, I thought it was Yeti.
Ooh,
Rich Yet.
The Wizard, Ozzie Smith.
Oh, look at this. I have a Cecil Fielder, too.
That's pretty funny.
Definitely valuable.
Is this a rookie? Oh. Hold on, Sean. Is this a rookie, or it might be a second-year card? Because he started the year with the Blue Jays in '86. I don't know.
This is often considered the premier rookie card in the set. Did we just land the premier rookie card in the set?
Does it have rookie on it?
It does not, but it is 320.
Of Barry Bonds?
We got Barry Bonds over here.
We just made a lot of money.
Is that really his rookie card?
That's what it says right here. Often considered the premier
Number
rookie card
320.
in the set. This is 320.
It's number 320?
On the top left.
Oh, man.
Andy from Lambertville just put my child through college.
So what is that worth?
It's
worth whatever someone pays
as
for it.
As my dad would once say, John Marks, your cards are only worth what somebody will pay for them.
Why didn't I get that pack? Why did you get that pack?
That's a good question. Well, let's go ahead and have a look.
I got Eric King, whoever that is. All right, coming up. 610-632-0975. We're live at Maggie's.
Yo!
Waterfront Cafe.
$8. I thought, what?
Pounding Coronas.
Anyways, there's a lot of money.
No, you got to go get this looked at.
It's out of the pack, so the grading should be good. We have a ton of swag, Fanatic T-shirts, Corona T-shirts. We have 2 pairs of Phillies tickets to the game next week that we're giving away. You got to be here and enter. So get out here. We'll be here till 2 o'clock drinking Corona. Coming up next, dive back into the 76ers a little bit. We have some more voice memos, and we're looking for bold statements and predictions on the Phillies, on the phone lines, on the text line, on the Davis Honda text line, and on the phone messages as well. That's coming up next, live from Maggie's, Middays the Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, let's check about my garage floor. I'm getting it redone because it looks terrible. Stained, pits, cracks. The one part of my garage that looks like someone took a hammer and just started smashing the floor. Well, listen. If your garage looks like this, here's what you do. Comer and Cross, C-O-M-E-R. The website is comercross.com because a lot of companies, they just code over your existing floor and they say, all right, see you, thank you. Where's the check? Comer and Cross doesn't do that. They actually repair the cracks, they level everything out, and they prep the surface the right way before anything goes down. And that matters because I don't want to have to do this again in a couple years, right? They have a full trained crew, no subcontractors, only pros at Comer and Cross. And the entire process, they'll walk you through it. In most cases, they're in and out in just one day. And the finish, man, you know when you go into that new car showroom, that's what your garage floor is going to look like. And it's built to last. There's no chipping and no peeling. So the company you should go for, if you've been thinking about this and you know your garage floor, it doesn't look good, why not do it now? Heading the spring with Comer and Cross. I'm getting my floor done. I will post pictures and videos once I get it done so you can see it. So if your garage floor has seen better days, it's at least worth checking out. Their website, comercross.com, C-O-M-E-R cross.com, or call them. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, comercross.com.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Opening day in South Philly. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance with Allstate. You could easily save in quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. The Phillies open up today at 4:15. The long wait for Phillies baseball is over. Christopher Sanchez takes the mound for the Phils. Nathan Eovaldi takes the mound for the Texas Rangers. Last night in South Philadelphia, the 76ers put up 157 points, knocking off the Bulls 157-137. Joel Embiid, 35 points. Paul George, 28 points. Both of them returning to the lineup. The Sixers just a game out of the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. Get back on the floor Saturday night. And speaking of being on the floor, Dan from Collegeville, the winner of Fanatic Knockout last night. Austin Jones was the one that won amongst the staff. The Flyers get back to the ice tonight against the Blackhawks. That's at 7 o'clock. You can listen to it live right here on the Fanatic. They enter the evening 5 points out of a playoff spot. The NFL owners meetings coming up next week. They begin on Monday. I'm Ray Dunn, and your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
right, back middays with Marks, John Marks, Sean Brace. Ray Dunn live at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe, Northeast Philly. You know where it is. Come watch the game here. Corona. Great people from Corona are here. We're drinking Corona Light Drafts, $5. $4 Corona extra bottles. The food is tremendous. Getting some more food sent out to us, by the way. Ooh, Corona, the official cerveza of Major League Baseball. So kick off the season on the river today. Come on, I mean, this is a great room we're in right here, which has TVs everywhere and everything else. So,
oh yeah.
Shout out to the manager here, Jim, that's been bringing out some great food.
Rolling out the red carpet for us here, man.
Yeah, everybody's great here. All right, so last night it was knockout night down at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, but you got a little bit more than that because you had the Sixers scoring 157 points. Joel Embiid comes back and looks like it's amazing that you can just come back from not playing in that many games and look that good. Paul George, first game since the drug suspension. Sean, you had said he didn't look great. To be honest, I was at the game.
He was off. Not that he didn't look great, but he was off. And he still scored 28.
And he still scored 28 points. So, so you're saying you could have even better from Podcast Paul?
Hey, man, there's nobody that's more of a bigger fan than me of Podcast.
It's true.
Yeah.
VJ looked great last night.
Oh, yeah.
When you get Maxey back, guys, there's no reason why. And I had a bunch of people from earlier when we started the show when I said I'm in. Like, unconditionally, I'm unconditionally in. I don't need to qualify. I don't need to say anything else. I'm in. Let's go. Let's get a real playoff seed. Let's play the Knicks. I'm ready to go. Like, there's no reason. And I had a bunch of people DM me on Instagram, including Matt, who had said, he's like, I might have to call in. Like, seriously, dude, with the Sixers? And I'm not saying that they're going to win the championship. I'm not even saying they're making...
Oh, I thought you did.
Well, it may have sounded like I did. Again, these are not qualified statements.
Yes.
I'm in. You know what? They can't give us a competitive playoff series where it's game 6 and we're talking about, like, you win this game tonight, you send it to a game 7. All I'm looking for is something to feel entertained and feel positive about.
Amen. That's where I'm at.
They don't have to win multiple series or anything like that. Yeah, your expectations have to be there. But, Ray, with that being said, this isn't a team that if they get in, they're dangerous because of the personnel they have. Tyrese Maxey is a first-team All-NBAer. VJ Edgecombe as a rookie is legit. And you have Paul George, and Joel Embiid is an MVP.
Yep.
So there's no reason why, if everything, everything kind of falls into place, no one will want to play this team right when the playoffs start. No one.
No, and it's going to be great because I'm already talking myself into the whole they can win the first round series. As we're going through this show today, as we open up and coming out of last night, I'm like, well, they have a nice weekend here, knock off the Hornets, then they got the Heat on Monday night. They get themselves into the good seeding here. If you get the 5th seed, you get the Cavs. Who doesn't want to play James Harden in the playoffs? We see how that goes,
Yeah, I think they're 14-2 with them.
Oh, okay. Let's take your facts, leave them at the door, all right? It's James Harden in the playoffs. I like a good narrative, all right? It's James Harden in the playoffs.
Yeah, stop thinking about the actual details.
You know what? Keep talking me out of the Sixers, Sean Brace. You're the most negative Sixers guy I've ever been around.
I tell you. But, John, to your point, the Sixers will be that team that everybody in the national media is saying, you don't want to play this.
Play the Sixers.
That's coming. That's absolutely will be their title. Put it on a banner. After it's all said and done, we'll be like, hey, you remember 2026? We were the team that nobody wanted to face.
And you know what? That's not a bad banner for this team right now.
No, you're correct about that. And I'm having some fun. Look, we got 9 games left. We want to be entertained. We were last night. Bulls are a terrible basketball team. That was easy to see with the naked eye. Couple games down the stretch here, especially this weekend. Charlotte and Miami. They might be the biggest games that we have coming up on the remaining schedule.
Yeah, for sure. 157 points, most points the Sixers have scored since February of 1970. I mean, think about that. I was at the Phillies getting no hit in the World Series, and I was at the game where they scored the most points since 1970. I can die now. I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah, is that better than me seeing the Lorenzen no-hitter?
That's another banner we can hang up for this 76er team.
Yeah.
You saw the Lorenzen no-hitter?
I did. Yeah, I keep making fun of my one buddy that I invited him that night, and he was at, I think, like a rehearsal dinner or something for a wedding or, something dumb. And we usually go to all the games together, and he still hasn't seen a no-hitter. I was at the Lorenzen no-hitter, invited another one of my friends. It was a great, just like spur of the moment, hey, let's go down to the game tonight.
I saw Kevin Millwood at the Vet no-hitter.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It was a good one.
I was there for the 10,000th loss in franchise history.
There's the pitch.
In 07.
Let's bring on Dallas Green to talk about 10,000. I remember it was like at the time, Dallas, for some reason we were like, someone's like, look, Dallas Green on to talk about 10,000 losses. And they're like, no.
Oh, it's great.
No, we're not going to do that. So we have Nate, give me a 76ers voice memo that was sent to the Davis Honda text line. What do we got?
What's going on, guys? It's Sean Bernard of DraftKings Network and Crossing Broad here. And I'm not sure what's going on with this Freaky Friday experience of Sean Brace getting off the Sixers bandwagon, John Marks hopping on it. But what I do think we should look at this Sixers season as is just let the chips fall as they may. That so much was built up for last year to be the all-in push. That it was signing Paul George, building this big three of max contract players, and of course everything went to disaster. We've got varying degrees of scar tissue build up with each of these max guys. Joel Embiid, of course, we've been through the ringer with all the negative playoff experiences that we've been through. Tyrese Maxey, not quite as much, but what we have done is seen this guy show the traits of being ready when the bright lights are on him, pulling up from the logo at Madison Square Garden, giving this team a chance. And Paul George, frankly, it doesn't even feel real that he's a full member of this Sixers team. But this was a season that we entered with very little level of expectation. They now control their destiny with 10 games to go, 9 games to go now, and have the outlook that they desire. If this team can build some momentum, finish strong, and launch into the playoffs, why not this year? Every team's a loser until they're not, and maybe this is the year that things change.
Yeah, I like this kid. I like him.
Yeah.
Sean and I cut on the same from the same cloth.
Let's check those DMs again.
but like he had said, you know what it's like. You know what? And I'll say Ray because Sean, Sean's married and he hasn't been rejected. You know what it's like, Ray? It's like when you break up with a girlfriend. But then you get back together. And you get back together, not officially or anything like that, without terms, without any expectations. It's like, you know what? Like let's just enjoy each other's company and see what happens. We don't need to say, well, we're gonna do this, we're gonna move in, we're gonna get married. Let's just enjoy each other and enjoy the ride. And you know whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. That's where I am with the 76ers right now.
I haven't been on this earth a long time, but I've been on this earth long enough to know that's a bad idea. A very bad idea, Johnny Marks.
Nope.
But as for the Sixers, I'm in on that. I could do that with the Sixers.
Oh, okay.
Relationship-wise, I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh no, not with not with everybody. It's not. But you know what I mean? Like when you have that breakup and then you get back together, and it's probably not going to last. But enjoy it because you never know. You never know, Ray. All right?
No, you know.
Oh, we do.
Not with the Sixers though.
Well,
we don't know.
No, but we don't. Right, but we don't know. Like, I said this a couple weeks ago, even when I was being negative. A playoff series can help these young players. There's no reason why you don't want these playoff series.
That's it.
Let's go.
That's as far as I'm willing to take it. Again, teach their own, one man's opinion here. I'm going to enjoy these final 9. It was unbelievable to see JoJo back out on the floor. Now you guys understand why I was so mad, because it's like, dude, this is what you're capable of, regardless if they would have beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. Like, come on, man. Get back on the floor. We need to see you.
All right, coming up next, more bold predictions on the Phillies as the game's just a couple hours away, and I believe Sean Brace is being made fun of.
I like it.
On the text line. So we're going to have to get that coming up next. We're live at Maggie's. Don't go anywhere.
The Unfiltered High School Athlete.
So Nate, just when the music starts, I don't know how long we were there. When the music starts, that's when you say potting this up and you put it up. Or the mic's hot, whatever you want to say.
Let's go, Negative Nate. Well,
Negative Nate's doing a good job.
Yes, he's crushing it. You know, he's going to get crushed. That's what happens. You got to earn your stripes.
I'm just saying, like, that's the best for everything and everybody is you say, all right, when the music plays, all right, potting you up.
Or, you know what I like to do, and I don't run this place by no means.
What do you like to do?
I like to communicate. Like, hey, potting you guys up. You guys ready? And then we say, yeah, and then you pot it up.
It's communication's key.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Anyways, we got a geese problem at this.
I'm an absolute dummy.
Yeah. So we have a Tony Perrone sends out an email that says, "Is it tomorrow that they're getting rid of the geese?"
Apparently.
So I didn't know anything was going on. There's an animal control truck outside our building.
I spoke to her for like 20 minutes yesterday.
Tony or the animal control?
Oh, the animal control from Lower Marion. The lady was awesome.
Oh, so this is township related now.
Oh, yeah. She's like, yeah, they're aggressive.
I haven't even seen the geese. So
I did.
Geese were hissing at you yesterday?
They have eggs.
Oh, so they're
protecting them,
Yeah, protecting them.
Yeah. I saw two of them flying on in, and then I saw in the distance there were more coming, and that's when I drove away yesterday. That's when I had to get home. I was out.
It's a tough animal, man. You guys don't care because you guys aren't golfers, but they are all over golf courses.
No, I care because they're the worst.
Yeah, that too.
Any park or anything like that, they're the worst. No, seriously, like give me the redeeming quality of geese.
Feathers?
There's nothing. They're
Majestic look.
They're like a rat. No, the look's not good. They're like a rat.
Gray goose?
They're like a seagull.
The vaca?
Seriously, what can you, like,
right.
at least a duck, you can look at a duck swimming around and it's like, oh, well, like, that's cool. It's a mallard duck. It doesn't poop all over the place to where you're stepping in geese poop.
Yeah.
And they're aggressive. I used to, my rest in peace, Lexi, my little Jack Russell, they used to try to attack her.
Yeah.
We would go for a walk and we'd be in the park and it's like, hang on, this is a park. We're allowed to be here. No, and they would try to attack her.
Oh, yeah. Those geese
Damn thing.
Yeah, they're crazy. They'll get you.
All right, we have some. So, Nate, let's just start playing a couple Phillies memos here. So this is on the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. You send us a voice message on there. Here's some Philly stuff.
My name is John. I'm in Tennessee. I work for the post office and maintenance. I'm from Philly originally, and I am the eternal Philly optimist. No matter how many times I get let down, I always believe. And I'm really thinking that the Phillies may surprise everybody with all the negative talk. Maybe it's going to motivate them. As a matter of fact, I actually threw some cash on Harper to be MVP because I think that not elite comment may motivate him. Sure, I'll be disappointed, but it's worth the risk to me.
I agree. It's worth $10. I would bet. I would lean heavily right now. Tony Pascucci, my buddy. What's up, Tough Tony?
Well, but I want to pause though and say, who the heck's negative about the Phillies?
You. A lot of people were, and now that it's opening day, nobody is anymore. I saw a video. I don't know if you saw this, Ray, on the Fanatic Instagram. The morning show, not Connor, but John Kincade and Salciunas, who have been belly aching and whining about the Phillies all offseason. I think Kincaid said 94 wins.
Okay.
And Andrew said 92.
But they were upset in the offseason.
I think that's where people have gone from being mad the way the season ended, Dombrowski's comments, not a lot of lack of urgency to try to make them better on the margins, and the whole, and just kind of the bad taste in the mouth, and now everybody's feeling good about it.
Well, we went from the guys playing it's a really good club clip to the ones preaching to everyone, it's a really good club.
A really good club.
Like, it's just, I think it's the nature of this offseason. You can be disappointed with the lack of
We have
change.
a good club.
But ultimately, Rob Thompson says it right there. They have a really good club. What am I supposed to do?
Agreed.
Lie to you and tell you they're going to win 80 games?
But, I would take the over-under wins, at least on the Bet Parks app, 89.5.
Yeah.
Shoebox bet.
I'm not going there.
NL East, not as easy.
I mean, a shoebox bet is like 16 versus 1, John.
No, it's set it and forget it.
I mean, it's like Pedro Martinez versus the Florida Marlins in his prime. That's what it is.
But anything can happen in those games.
I just got a text. Friend of mine, his wife taking over 89.5. Lock it in.
Shoebox. And to a lesser extent, because honestly, I don't care about the NL East. What is that given the Phillies over the course of the last couple seasons, right? It's about how you're playing when it comes to October.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if they win 95 games, 94 games, I'd be surprised if they didn't win the division.
They did have home field advantage over the Dodgers.
How'd that work out?
Yeah. Dodgers are good, man. They're good again. They're good again this year, too, as well, unfortunately.
They didn't want to come back for Game 5.
Oh, I know.
That's John Middleton before the second bottle of wine.
Hey, screw that clock.
Johnny Cowson's 9 years in right field.
You got iPhones. Use them.
What do you care about? By Sam. The hell with him.
Took the trolley.
The only thing he didn't say was he didn't wipe his butt with the napkins they were going to buy.
Oh, man. Johnny.
Give me another Phillies voice message there, Negative Nate.
Larry, Dollar County. My prediction is Trey Turner's going to win the MVP and Bryce Harper's going to win the MVP of the World Series, and they win 95 games.
Love it.
I'm in.
So, again, step back. You're only 95 wins.
Yeah.
What does Trey Turner's season need to look like to win the MVP? 310, 20 home runs, 40 stolen bases.
Hey, look, 55-1 to win the MVP. That's a good bet. It is. Because he was a consistent MVP, player in that market, and now here we are. As far as candidates are concerned, there are plenty in front of him. Plus 5,500. I'm down with taking a wager on that.
So Trey Turner last year, people forget because of the Schwarber season.
Was he
Actually,
top
I think
5?
We have 5th in MVP voting a season ago. Yeah, 5th.
Was he 5th?
He was 5th. We all forget. I mean, he won a batting title,
No,
Johnny.
to forget, I would have had to know.
Fair.
I didn't know.
We were a little upset with everything else going on that we didn't really lock in the whole MVP
I did not
voting
lock
thing.
in on the MVP. All right, give me another voice message here on the Davis Honda text line. Nate on the Phillies. Go ahead.
What up? This is Philly Mike from Audubon, PA, the real Audubon, Green Legion legend. What a beautiful day. We're going to be wearing shorts on opening day with the newly extended Christopher Sanchez on the mound. Who could ask for anything more? I can. How about them Sixers? Embiid comes back, 35 points in 28 minutes. He went, 12 for 17, 8 for 9 from the line. PG dropping 3, 6 for 13. Are the Knicks afraid of the Sixers? Hey, Brace, you owe me a dinner. Capitol Grill, I know where you work. I know where you live. Pay up, buddy. Let's go.
You owe him a dinner?
Wow. Yeah, I do. Talking about errands and dirty laundry there. Eli Manning Hall of Fame bet.
I'm surprised. You said he was going to be in first ballot?
Trey Thomas said he was going to be in first ballot. Everybody says he was in first ballot. It's an entertainment industry when it comes to the NFL.
I think he gets in because you can't.
His last name is Manning.
No, I know. And
I thought he was a lock.
He was the Tom Brady kryptonite too. Like the Super Bowls do matter.
Like I'm not trying to make a case that he was an unbelievable quarterback, but like for crying out loud, he's a Manning. It's entertainment. It's about politics, and he won 2 Super Bowls. And he won it in New York.
He will get it. He's going to get in. Not that I care.
I owe Capitol Grill dinner.
All right.
I lost that wager, and that's a
3 bills.
Anything goes tab too.
Yeah, it's easy.
He's a fatty.
And by the way, he's
really
wearing
fat
shorts.
actually.
You and I were both surprised when we came in, and what do we got? Like 300 pounds? Philly Mike?
Oh, he's like 450 actually.
Oh, so he's
no, I kid. I'm messing.
All right.
But yeah, he did air my dirty laundry on the new show, which is great. But that's fine. Yeah, he's wearing shorts, and the first thing that we walked in and go, Ray's wearing shorts.
Ray's wearing shorts and a Phillies t-shirt.
It's a little aggressive.
Happy opening day, fellas.
It's aggressive. But Ray's aggressive today.
Ray
it's
is
going to be
aggressive.
70 degrees. Up
70,
and down the ballpark.
It's going to be 76.
Exactly. Even more the reason to break out the shorts.
Yeah, you don't feel
Maybe
pale though. I mean, because you're pale 365.
Yeah, I don't know. Does that bother me? Oh, next you're going to tell me I'm hairy.
That's the question.
Surprise.
Yeah, Robin Williams calls. You have hairy forearms, right?
Yeah. Whoa. I didn't realize.
All right. 610-632-0975. More bold statements and predictions on the Phillies. And who's in on the 76ers? These guys don't want to do it. I want to do it. I'm in. Unconditionally on the Sixers. We're live at Maggie's on the waterfront. Back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Hours away from opening day. I guess it is opening day technically, but we're hours away from the game getting going. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It's 4:15 today. The Phillies open up their season against the Rangers. Christopher Sanchez taking the mound for the Phillies against Nathan Eovaldi as they get things going down in South Philadelphia at the beginning of a 3-game set. Game 2 of that series on Saturday afternoon. Last night in South Philly, the 76ers with a 157-137 win over the Bulls. Joel Embiid 35, Paul George 28 points. The Sixers now just a game out of the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. Will be back on the floor Saturday night. And on the floor after the game last night, Dan from Collegeville winning Fanatic knockout. Austin Jones amongst the staff, the best finish in the knockout tournament. Flyers got the Blackhawks tonight at 7. You can listen to the game right here on the Fanatic. They ended the night 5 points out of a playoff spot. NFL owners meetings getting underway on Monday. This update is brought to you by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Vestadine tires from Tire Rack. Vestadine tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Ship fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Live from Maggie's on the waterfront, we're here with Coronas.
Oh, yeah.
Maggie's Waterfront Cafe, Northeast Philly. Everybody in Northeast knows Maggie's. Local waterfront, family-owned spot. It's a staple. We've been doing radio a long time, so we've been here many times. The food is tremendous. The people are great, and the Coronas are flowing. $5 Corona Light Drafts, $4 Corona Extra Bottles. It is a lunch crew right now. There's a bar, a couple open seats. But definitely come out. We have a ton of stuff. Corona shirts, 97.5 The Fanatic baseball-themed shirts, koozies. There's 2 different kinds of sunglasses. There's a lighter and then there's a darker one right here.
Oh, the baseball ones are cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Whoa.
So I have both, and we have tickets that so if you can get out here quick, so we're going to be giving them out during one of the next breaks. Register. We have tickets to next Wednesday's game. Day game, the business person special game. So
Christopher Sanchez on the bump.
Mm-hmm. Yes, scheduled Chris Sanchez on the mound, scheduled for that game. So we have that coming up. There's a lot going on here with the Phillies, and it is a new day and a new season for your Philadelphia Phillies. It's funny because we went from being like they're going to be good, but to they're going to be good. Yeah, like they're going to be good, and it feels like most people in the Delaware Valley feel the same way. And it's like in opening day, it's easy to say that, but I know this town. If we don't want to feel positive about a team, we're not going to feel positive about a team just because it's the start of a season. Right? Like with the Sixers, all right, they're going to beat the Knicks when the playoff series starts. We're going to talk ourselves into it. I don't think fans are talking themselves into the Phillies. They're a good club.
No, I think today is the excitement overshadows a lot of the, when they get to the postseason, what's it going to look like? What's this team going to be? Because I think there's still that in the back of your head. But if you can't get fired up for opening day, I'm sorry. I don't know what your problem is. Like, this is competitive baseball. We joked about the 10,000 losses earlier this season. You're living through at least the third best era in this team's history. And the only reason that it's not better than those other two is because those other two had World Series titles. And I understand why people be upset, annoyed at the fact that this hasn't yielded that yet. But you've got a rotation that's going to be amongst the top 5 in baseball. And you've got a bullpen that probably will end up by the end of the season in the top 10 of baseball. And the lineup, you can feel uneasy about really 4 through 9 in it. But those top 3 guys, you put them up there with the top 3 of pretty much every other team in baseball right now.
You think about how far this team has went since I remember opening day. Aaron Nola on the mound, and he goes out and Gabe Kapler takes him out for Hobie Milner.
Boo. He's nasty, brother.
He's nasty. Hobie Milner's nasty, brother. So look at where we are right now, and this is. And it doesn't mean they're going to win the World Series, right? Like, everybody recognizes that, and I do worry that they've missed their window. But damn it, this is a good team. And if they don't have enough at the plate and they don't have enough bats, Dombrowski last year did a great job in getting Bader. So this is going to be fun. I'm really hoping for a hot start, because then that's going to get everybody behind them, as opposed to starting out, you lose the first series. And no, let's get off to a hot start and let's get excited about it.
Yeah, I think there's only one team that would think that they're going to win the World Series after one game, and that's the Yankees after last night, 7-0. If you looked at the timeline, it was nothing but World Series praise for the Yankees. We'll see how that one plays out. If they stay healthy, watch out. Garrett Cole comes back. That's going to be, and who's the other pitcher that they have that's coming back from starting rotation? They're getting another big time.
Andy Pettit?
No.
He's too busy still game plan for Team USA. He doesn't realize they don't play tomorrow.
So the one thing I did stumble into this morning, just taking a look at who the Phillies moved off of from last year, and then who is moving in. Obviously, the newcomers, and that was my big point this morning, guys. Was I talked about the right field? I'm like, dude, Cassie was a dud, and you get Garcia out there. Like, if Garcia does hit 25 bombs compared to what you got from Cassie last year, just think about that difference, and it might be minimum. It might not be a lot to a lot of people.
Well, it may be more power and less average or less plate discipline, but it's certainly better defense in right field.
Yeah, that too. Although Casty, did he get to the balls? No, but when the balls were hit at him, he caught them.
He looked great sliding in some of those catches. He's the worst outfielder in baseball.
Yeah, he point blank was. But, you look at Crawford, you got to get excited about him. Of course, Garcia in there as well. Painter, we'll see what he's got coming up here. But the bullpen is a huge strength to this team, and you just look at the players that they lost. Casty, Kepler, Bader, Leston Wilson. Rangers a big-time loss. Strom's a big-time loss. Walker Buehler and David Robertson. That's who they lost.
All right, we have a negative Phillies voice memo on the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. Nate, let's hear the negative one.
Steve, delivery driver, Acco, New Jersey. Bohm your 4-hole hitter, a bottom 5 collective outfield in all the Major League Baseball. What are you looking forward to this season? It's the same old story. Bounce in the playoffs.
Sean, wake the bleep up. The Sixers will not beat the Knicks. The Sixers will not beat the Cavs. And the Sixers will not beat the Celtics in the first round. They are going home. Why?
Well, because you're that's the expectation. When Carson Wentz went down with an injury, I didn't say, they're going to beat the Patriots with Nick Foles, because you don't say that at that point. You just my philosophy, Ray. I never look ahead. It's game by game. I take it day by day. You would never look ahead. But with the Sixers, don't worry about that yet. Let's see how many wins they can get for the rest of the regular season, and then we'll see where we are in the playoffs. That means you're taking on the Knicks, the 3-6. You're going to sit there and tell me the Knicks are beating them? Fine, they might. but I'm a Sixer fan. I'm not a Knicks fan. So you can take the Knicks, and we'll take the Sixers in that one.
See, I'm definitely not going to take the Knicks. However, that phone call, that text memo was to you, not to me. I'm not the one talking about playoffs and first-round matchups.
No, I'm talking to that guy.
I know you are.
I'm not talking to you.
That message was towards you when he called me out. Or did you say Sean or John?
He said Sean.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
But I didn't know if he was trying to team up with you to be the anti.
Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't take.
Or he thought you said it.
I think you've been perfectly positioned. Where now you're the guy that's in on the Sixers, and Sean's going to take the blame if the Sixers lose.
You're Franklin the dog, bro. That's what you are right now. Throw me a T-shirt.
Do you have a T-shirt gun?
Did you see? Dude, those guns last night?
Yeah, they're serious.
Hey, look, man. I do stuff with the Wings. Our guns are good. They ain't that good. You could take somebody's head off with that T-shirt cannon down there.
Didn't somebody get sued? I don't think it was locally. Something happened. A hot dog might have hit somebody and hurt him.
Well, remember the dude from The Athletic needed a new computer. Now I can see why.
That's right.
Tony Jones.
Yeah, he ain't lying.
All right, we have some phone calls. Let's go to Tom calling from Collegeville, Pennsylvania. Tom, hello.
Guys, last night was unbelievable. Congratulations.
So Tom called in when we were recruiting, and we said, listen, Middays with Marks, our representative is going to win the tournament. Tom called in and he said, listen, my son won one year, my other son won the other year. Put us back in. And Tom, your son came last night. He dazzled, he dominated. The winner for Middays with Marks. Congratulations, Tom.
Yeah.
Guys, what nobody understands is how many people start at that event. It's unbelievable. The line is a mile long.
It is.
People, they think it's just a handful of people in the contest. They don't realize how many. I mean, there has to be 150 people to start that
Do we
game.
know the number?
It was around 100.
Yeah, it's at least 100. I'd agree with you, Tom. Yeah, I mean, and some of it's like dumb luck, who's behind you, but if your kid wins twice and your other kid wins one time, that's not dumb luck. That's you're a stud, and you produce two stallions out there, Tom.
That's right.
It's funny because I'm watching, and there were some guys that did not miss. There were some girls that did not miss.
Yeah,
they were. We're eyeballing these people, and we're like, wow, this guy's good. And you can see they played basketball before as well. There was a lot of good success.
We're losing you.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
Right, I hear you.
Love you, man.
We're just losing you a little bit. Are you positive on the Phillies this year, Tommy?
I'm counting the minutes until 4 o'clock because we have a good club. We have a good club.
We have a good club. All right, Tom.
Tom, you're the man.
Don't be a stranger, man. Great to meet you last night.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much.
Cool.
Great seeing you guys.
All right, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, look, I wasn't here for the last two, but to see what he was able to do his kids were able to do, and then to get that involved with the show, and then we got him representing our squad, come away with the trophy. You guys always had a trophy?
We didn't used to have the trophy.
No, definitely not.
We've at least had it the last 2 years.
Okay. Good trophy. Good smack talk there. That's going to look good on the mantle.
Yeah, it will look good.
It's similar to the Stanley Cup, except it's
very similar.
Yeah.
A lot of tradition.
Yeah, they're going to get it engraved, and he's going to have it. So he's going to come in and grab it, and we'll do it while we're on the air, hopefully. And we can bring him in, and we can have the official ceremony.
He might have the best hair, too, out of everybody. I mean, with all love and respect.
His dad, handsome guy, for being an older guy.
Good-looking dude.
Yeah, I hope I look as good as he does. And I'm probably not that much younger than him, Ray. I met Ray's parents last night. Ray's dad's only a few years older than me.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's kind of scary to me. Think about that. And your parents are in good shape. However, they're mature and they have older children, and I have a 4-year-old at home.
Right, yeah. They were, gallivanting the globe over the last month because they've got minimal responsibilities. Two sons that are working and then one daughter that's in college, so they don't have to do too much.
And I'm making News at Noon parodies, the Mentos commercials.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
A little different world.
All right, give me another let's give us another Phillies voice memo. What do you got, Nate?
Matt on a cell, self-employed. I am incredibly excited for opening day. And for me, I'm a huge prospect guy, but truly expectations for Justin Crawford should be expected. I think he's wanting it. His dad was a star. He's got the pedigree. First-round pick, like Sean's saying. Sky's the limit for the kid, honestly. I don't see any reason why he's not going to perform. I'm not expecting NL Rookie of the Year or MVP numbers, obviously, but this kid's going to make a moment happen.
Hey, Luke Arcady from Crossing Broad joined us earlier, and he had said he could see any type of season out of Justin Crawford. And I don't think he meant it like this. I can't see a season where he comes up and it's like, wow, you might have to think about sending him back down.
Really?
I do not see that happening. I don't.
Me too.
I'm
with
really,
you there.
really don't.
Yeah.
There's no pressure on him to do anything other than come up and fit in.
Right.
And be the young guy on the team.
Now, there is a world, though, because given the ground ball rate for him, you could probably count on two hands the number of guys in baseball that have been able to succeed in this day and age with that. Like, that's the issue. If he's not lifting the ball, if the ball's not getting in the air, I'm not asking him to be a home run hitter. I'm just asking him to get out of the infield. Like, that's the world where I could see it, where it does struggle for him.
But what's the batting at? Like, he's got to be hitting on, like, 210. Because Rojas essentially did that, and they didn't move him.
Right.
Move off of him.
Well, then in July, we're talking about it.
Yeah, well, they might be making a trade. But I don't think that, even if he bats 240 and he walks a decent amount and he's able to get on base and steal bases, that's fine. So that's what, like, I'm not telling you he's hitting 320 this year or anything like that at all. But the fact he's at the bottom of the lineup and there's no pressure on him to do anything. And by the way, having JT hitting in front of you, it's not a bad 8-hole hitter to have hitting in front of you, right? Like, so the lineup, while it may not be top heavy enough, and I think they lack an impact bat, it's pretty solid all the way down.
Yeah. I mean, I feel good about the lineup. I can't tell you that.
That was a Cowherd, yeah.
I know. That's where I was going for on that one. Just
nice.
JT at this point in his career, I can't tell you I'm over the moon about him offensively.
But he's your 8-hole hitter.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That, like, these guys ultimately to your team success might not matter a ton, but I can see a world where we're talking in July about, are they going to just ride Crawford out the rest of the season, or are they going to look to upgrade their outfield? And part of upgrading their outfield might mean Crawford not being the everyday center fielder. Like there is a world where I see that we're talking about Crawford's role in this team in July.
I'd be really surprised.
I hope that we're having that conversation in July. You're like, what, Ray, we don't need an outfielder at all. I can't believe you were concerned about that in March, but, well, I could see it.
Honestly, and we talk a lot about Otto Kemp being that right-handed complement in left field. The conversation you might be having is we need another right-handed bat in the outfield. Depending on what Kemp does and depending on what Garcia does. By the way, Garcia isn't guaranteed to be the right fielder the entire season.
No.
If he's struggling at the plate, believe me, Thompson's not going to put him out there every day.
They ate $20 million to get rid of Castellanos. If you don't think they'll eat $10 million to try and figure out right field, it's not going to be good. It means that more than likely it will be the DraftKings alley next year, but it will be ultimately what they do to get that $10 million.
Why can't Crawford be looked at as a little bit more? I get it, fair expectations. You don't want to put too much on his shoulders of a rookie, but man, he's being discussed. Like, I have this magazine in front of me, best class in the major leagues. It welcomes another uber talented set of rookies, and of course, he's one of the first 6 guys that's mentioned. So, like, I guess what I would ask is, like, what's the ceiling? What do you, like, if you're not scared for people to pull this and play this 6 months down the road here, what could be the ceiling for Justin Crawford year one? Could he hit 300?
Yeah, no, 300 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he could hit 300. There's no reason why he can't. He's proven all along the minor leagues that he can. Doesn't mean that he will. I wouldn't set an expectation of 300.
No.
But I'm not setting an expectation of
209 either.
No, and when I say that he just has to fit in, my point is that he doesn't. It may take him a little bit of time to get going. He hasn't faced major league pitching before. He's 22 years old. When you play a full season in AAA, you're seeing a lot of major league pitchers, and they throw off-speed stuff. That's why the jump from AA to AAA, you have guys that have been in the majors before, in the bullpen and as starting pitchers. It may take him a couple months to wear, but by the time you're going to the All-Star break, you should start seeing, man, he's really turned it around. He's good. And as long as he's good in center field defensively, I look at, and Ray, you're too young for it, but the 93 Phillies, they couldn't get a shortstop. They had Kim Batiste, who just wasn't a shortstop.
He lived behind me in high kid.
Funny, Marlon Brando. Then they had Juan Bell. And I remember they used to ring the doorbell.
Wow.
Because Juan Bell was so bad. So Juan Bell had a crack at it, and he sucked.
Tremendous.
And then they brought up Kevin Stocker from the minor leagues, and there was no expectation for Stocker. There was not even a thought he was going to be playing for a World Series team later that year, but they brought him up. Defensively, he was good, and he did enough offensively to where they didn't need him to do anything else. There's no reason why Crawford can't excel at being the 9-hitter. If he gets on base, he's going to steal bases. That goes from maybe the hitting and the ground ball stuff. Maybe that doesn't go from AAA to the majors. You're right, Ray. Stealing bases, I think, does.
Speed does translate.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember another speedy center fielder we were talking about, and I do think he works a much better at bat, and the way his bat to ball skills are much better than Rojas.
It's not even.
It's a higher ceiling already. It's a higher floor just in general between the two of them. So
Rojas came up too early because they needed a center fielder.
Right.
And his defense was excellent, and let's face it, Rojas actually has some pop. He can figure it out. But if you look at what he did in the minors, he was never a great hitter in the minors. He was the same player that he is now, except he was doing it against Major League pitching. That's why he hit 210 instead of 250.
Correct.
So, all right, give us another. So that was Crawford. What's another? Just give us another Phillies voice message there, Nate.
Good morning, gentlemen. This is Ray, the sales guy that couldn't sell cake to the fat kid. It's Positivity Day. Let's go, Phillies!
Ray, the sales guy. I like this positivity.
Yeah, it's Positivity Day. It's obviously opening day. Everybody's positive. Even you got Tom Verducci telling me that the Pirates are going to make the playoffs. We'll see. I mean, eventually something has to happen. They made the playoffs, probably 6-7 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Who?
The Pirates? Late.
No.
No?
Oh, no, yeah, that one year.
2018.
It was a playing game, or that wild card game.
Yeah, I just remember they made a little
2015 last time.
Okay, 2015.
Yeah, but before that, it was 92. I think.
Wow. Andy Van Slyke patrolling the center field.
Former Philly Andy Van Slyke.
Rivers. Yeah, look, we're all positive. Everybody here at Maggie's is ready to go. Everybody that's listening, man, there's a lot of people cruising down to the ball yard. If not, you're definitely jealous. You want to make it down there. There's a lot of good juice happening right now with these Philadelphia sports teams.
Hell yeah.
Great 24 hours.
Could it be better? Maybe
Phillies
if I
win today.
Not for this 24 hours, it couldn't.
If I won knockout, it would have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't.
So I took 3 free throws. I was 0 for 3. I airballed 1. I took about 11 layups. I made 2, and I missed the other 9. So I had an awful performance last night. 0 for 3 from the free throw line.
Yeah, I missed mine too, as well.
I couldn't make a free throw. Man.
All right.
I realized I wasn't making them. I by the third or fourth round, I went off to the left, and I just started making layups.
I do want to point this out, though, real quick. Got to give a shout-out to E-Rock. What the hell? I thought E-Rock did, Instagram videos and was Mr. Eagles. Here he was nailing. He was 15 of 15 from the free throw line.
And he lasted to the top 10 or top 15.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. I'm like, what in the heck is going on?
BLG lasted probably
great time.
And he could have dunked the ball if you were allowed.
BLG is a big dude.
Yeah. He lasted top 20, I believe. He was wasn't he in front of the eventual winner?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he was directly in front of the eventual winner, which is bad.
And one more, because these boys are coming up at 2 o'clock. Well, I know Bill is, excuse me. Ricky's got to throw the first pitch.
That's right.
But there's a video on our timeline. All right, Ricky kind of gives a little shove to a guy.
It's a flagrant one.
Yeah, it was a flagrant one. There's definitely a technical foul in knockout history for Ricky there. But Bill comes over, who's on the microphone, and swats the guy.
Yeah, what was that?
Exactly.
So he couldn't knock out Ricky?
Exactly. This is what you guys don't understand about not being around these two for knockout before. Everything is handed to those two. Ricky doesn't take it. Bill has been able to take it the last 2 years because everything gets handed to those two on Unfiltered. And that scenario, no one was about to bat an eyebrow. I'm screaming from the other side of the court, what's happening over here?
It's on video.
Somebody ejected Ricky.
It's on video.
Ridiculous.
Bill swatted a guy that was not ready. He was going to knock out Ricky.
And I didn't see that live.
Oh,
I saw Ricky nail him live, and he went down to the ground.
Bill, look, I just want to say,
the video's on all the socials.
Oh yeah,
and he hit him from behind too.
Yeah.
It's not like he literally, it was like a back of the head shot, flagrant one.
Yeah, come on, man. Let's go here.
They're going to have to update the waiver to be like, do you feel comfortable around Ricky Batalico?
Well, I do want to put this out there and say, it's a good foxhole guy, right? I hope Ricky realizes that Bill has his back, but damn, dude.
Yeah, but he could also take the hand grenade and throw it in your foxhole.
No, I don't think Bill could. Ricky could.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Ricky may. You said Bill's a good foxhole.
Bill's a foxhole guy. Bill's a guy you want in your team. I could not believe he swatted that guy.
And it was weird.
That was
so
wild.
weird. It's like the two of them don't know how to play knockout.
It was odd.
For the third straight year.
He's on the microphone. You can't swat people if you're emceeing.
Even if you're not on the microphone, it's knockout, man. What are we doing?
This isn't professional wrestling where the referee turned his back and you got hit with the steel chair. National League Rookie of the Year, Justin Crawford's plus 1,200.
Oh, I didn't even look at that.
So I know you were Sal Stewart. That's the guy that you like.
Oh yeah,
a big Sal fan.
Yeah, a big Sal Stewart or these are all American League guys.
Connor Griffin.
Connor Griffin
when he
is
gets up mid-April because the Pirates have to control his time.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
Nolan McLean,
I'm a JJ Weatherholt guy.
Right.
Yeah,
on
that's
my
me.
fantasy team. Like that guy.
I'm a Sal Stewart guy. Justin Crawford, they're fifth as far as odds, plus 1,200. Not somebody we've talked about at all today, really. Andrew Painter, plus 3,000. He's not gonna. I'd be surprised if he won National League Rookie of the Year.
It's such a crapshoot award because you could see guys get called up in July and win this award.
Sure.
What about McGonigal, local cat, from the American League perspective? What's his number? Do you have that?
No.
Yeah, man, I'm loving what this kid's already showing.
It's not on it. It's not on. Doesn't make the list.
Really?
Not what I'm looking at.
Okay. I did not look at the rookie of the year market.
Painter plus 3,000, and then it's ridiculous. But Aiden Miller's plus 5,000.
You know why? Because the game started.
Oh, is that why? Oh, so they took him off the board.
Actually, timeout.
Pirates and Mets live on NBC.
Here's the pitch.
Kevin McGonigal, is the favorite to win the Rookie of the Year award.
All right, coming up. More Phillies, bold predictions as we roll towards the beginning of the Phillies season. We're live at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe, drinking Corona. Back right after this, Middays with Marks.
Now, on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Season starts today. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies begin their season today in South Philadelphia at 4:15. It's Christopher Sanchez taking the mound for the Phillies. Nathan Eovaldi will take the mound for the Texas Rangers as the season gets going with a 3-game set against Texas. This afternoon, it's Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday afternoon, the first 3 on the schedule for the Phillies. Last night in South Philadelphia, the Sixers with a 20-point win. They scored 157 points and beat the Bulls 157-137. Embiid and George combined for 63 points in their return to the lineup. They're back on the floor Saturday night, and on the floor after the game last night, Dan from Collegeville winning Fanatic knockout Austin Jones, being the one amongst the staff that was the last one remaining. The Flyers, the Blackhawks tonight at 7 o'clock. They entered tonight 5 points out of a playoff spot. You can listen to the Flyers game right here on the Fanatic tonight, and the NFL owners meetings will get underway on Monday. This update's brought to you by Major League Baseball and NBC on Peacock. Right in front of me on the TV here at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe, the MLB opening day doubleheader has already kicked off. The Pirates versus the Mets. Then tonight, the Diamondbacks and the World Series champion Dodgers. At 1 o'clock today, that Pirates-Mets game, and then 8 Eastern for Diamondbacks-Dodgers. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
back. It is Middays March live from Maggie's. Giving away some Phillies tickets. Thanks to Corona. Everybody that came out. Good crowd, Sean Brace.
Great crowd.
My man. Look what I have for you. I have a hoodie for you. And Ray.
Oh.
So JM's.
Look at this guy.
JM's. That's an extra large. That's for you, Sean.
Hello.
So back when I was doing my first kind of my big break in radio, I was the producer of the original Sports Talk 950 morning show with Greg Henson and Glenn Foley and Meredith Marakovitz. Then Greg left and Michael Bradley came in, so it was Bradley Foley. We were a very small AM station. This was before Mike Miss started. We not the biggest audience in the world, right? All right, we were building the station. So we didn't have a ton of phone calls. But one of our regular callers was Jay from Willow Grove.
Love it.
Which is JM's. Now, little did I know, this is 20 years ago, little did I know that Jay would become my insurance agent a few years later. My215agent.com. There he is. So he brought us hoodies.
Oh.
There you go.
That's a nice item.
Your 215agent.com. There he is. That's JM. So Jay and Jay's he's second generation insurance guy in the Northeast Bucks County agency. So Jay, thank you.
Like a good neighbor.
But he was such a good caller.
Really?
Oh man, Aliko, he still calls from time to time, but you know what happens. You get a little bit older, you lose your fastball, you got kids. Jay was you're best 70 on 76ers, right? Your 76ers opinions, not that you don't love all. He's a Phillies guy. He's got Phillies season tickets, but I remember Jay doing a lot of Sixers calls back in the day.
Well, when you lose your fastball, what you do is you start to pick up the off-speed pitches. That's what you got to do.
Or you get the nail file and you doctor the pitches, take steroids.
You could do that too.
No, but you're right. You have to learn how to pitch.
That's it.
Right? That's it.
A lot of throwers in today's game, not a lot of pitchers.
I played I inboxed you about something. Oh, it was a cornhole tournament, and the guy was wearing a T-shirt. That was Jace. And I go, did I just played against the guy that won the cornhole tournament? It was representing your brand. Nice work.
And then there was the cornhole guy that had no arms or legs, and he killed somebody. What was that story?
I did see that.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
He was charged.
Yeah.
I didn't try him yet. We'll do that later.
He looked guilty though.
He sure did. All right. Do we have some more? Some Phillies bold takes and statements and things like that on the text line? What do we got there, Nate?
What up? This is Philly Mike from Audubon, PA, the real Audubon, Green Legion legend.
We heard this. Yeah, we heard that one. That's all right. And then he ripped me, and I ripped him back. That's all right, though. It's Philly Mike. We don't need to hear him twice.
You owe him a dinner?
I do owe him a dinner. Capitol Grill. It's going to be expensive.
Yep.
Real expensive.
Actually, remember, we went as a show to Capitol Grill.
That's correct.
And my guy Lou Torres was the we didn't even realize we were such big celebrities in Capitol Grill.
That's where it came from, John. Because we talked about that dinner, and then Mike was like, let's do a Capitol Grill. But I'm like, all right, because I never thought I would lose it. And then when that came down, that was crushing. Because that's easily a $400 tab. Hopefully my wife's not listening.
Yes.
As I'm scraping pennies together.
Yeah, listen, you spare no expense when you're Sean Brace. Look at this. This is a nice item, too, for your White Claws.
Oh, for the coos. Nice. Love it.
Thank you, JMs. Appreciate that. All right, well, I don't know if we have any more. Can
I give you one?
Yeah, please.
7 times the amount of playoff wins as a season ago. They're winning at least 7 playoff games this year. They're going to go in. They're going to go in as a wild card. They're winning the wild card series. They're winning the divisional series. Dodgers are going to be right there for them. I don't think they're going to pass Dodgers. But we're going to see multiple series. We're going to get to celebrate. We're going to be dancing, not dancing on my own, but dancing in the streets following at least multiple postseason series this year.
It'd be a lot cooler if that was their celebration song, too.
What?
Dancing in the streets.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, dance on my own. That actually happened.
What's dancing in the streets?
All right. Dancing in the streets.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It was Mick Jagger, right? I don't know if he was the original. And then David Lee Roth covered it.
Yeah, that's the one I know.
It was Mick Jagger and Dave Bowie.
Was it really?
Down in New Orleans.
See, I'm so yacht rocked up. I was thinking, taking it to the street. Taking it to the streets. All right. Let's hit give me a voice message.
Actually, Dancing in the Street was Martha and the Vandellas from 65.
I was just going to say that. I wasn't sure.
I knew it wasn't original. I said it.
Was it a field fact?
It was a field fact.
Great field fact.
All right. Give me another message there, Nate.
So I think the Phillies are going to win 100 games. I think Kyle Schwarber is going to be the best player in the National League. And I think the Phillies are going to get bounced in the first round like a true Philadelphia playoff team.
Oh, come on.
Had me in the first half.
Listen, we want people to be honest. Just leave your name, location, and occupation when you give us the message. There you go. All right, yeah, I mean, like, it's not all sunshines and roses with everybody, but almost everybody that I'm talking to today is not talking themselves into it because, I mean, we don't know how they're going to be playing in October. Last year, they actually, like, as Dave Dombrowski stated, the umpire apologized to JT. If we get a strike out there, they don't score a run. Who knows what happens, right?
Turner throws it up on one side of the line.
Who knows? And as nauseating as it was to hear him say that, he also wasn't wrong. Nothing that he said during that press conference was necessarily wrong, including the elite stuff. But still, to me, that was all excuses. We know that. But Dave Dombrowski's outlook then and now is, I did my job. Now the players have to do their job. Right. And I don't know. I would have loved the, damn, we were so close. I got to make the move that puts us over the top, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the move. He was umpire apologized to him.
The buck definitely did not stop with Dave Dombrowski. That is for sure.
Oh, no. He did his job.
Hey, we talk about vibes with this Phillies team, right? We know there are a lot of positive vibes right now. I love the baseball celebrations, and the Pirates have hit a home run. And when they come to the dugout, sometimes teams get stupid, and they got like the celebration gear and all that.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh apparently throws on a welder's mask for 2026.
That's great.
That is awesome. Well, the Phillies, have we ever done anything? We had the sombrero, didn't we?
Did they have I'm sure they haven't had a welder's mask.
No.
That seems original.
No sombrero? Did we have a sombrero or something stupid?
Yeah,
like
the
that?
home run hat.
Yeah, but when was that?
That was back, I think, with Kutch.
Wow,
I was like 21, I think.
Have we done anything since?
Well, see, I don't know. Like, I mean, Bryce kind of seems anti-fun with that stuff.
We don't
it's
do
his
that.
idea.
We don't do that
you
here.
have to be very serious.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it. The fact that I'd love to see this, though, is that the Mets are already down 2-0 on opening day.
Yeah, they got runners on first and
Bo
third.
Bichette's first at bat.
Oh, Bo Bichette's first at bat. 0-2 count. No outs. Runners on first and third. And this is schemes.
Wow, that's schemes.
Here's the pitch.
He hit him.
No, it's inside. Anyway,
High and inside.
Anyway, Bo Bichette, that was such a short-lived run with Bo Bichette. Is anybody really? It is bad.
Oh,
is anybody really upset that Bo Bichette's not a Philly? Because you think about it, defensively he's challenged. He's not a good defensive player. Now you're signing a guy that has to play defense because you have Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, that had an effect on it. There's no doubt about it. But I would love to have Bo Bichette in the lineup.
Yeah, it's still a good bat.
Yeah, but when
He
you're
gets a sac fly.
when you're looking at some of the videos of spring training, and not all was bad because he made some good plays, and it obviously did not get highlighted, but he was booting balls all over the place down there in Port St. Lucie. So hopefully that continues, and I look forward to that first Mets series where he's going to get cheered a little bit.
I can't wait to compare these two teams just because of the way their approach was this offseason. The Phillies were like, yeah, we got a good club. Let's see what happens if we roll it out with some tweaks. And the Mets were like, bleep it. Let's blow it all up.
They changed everything. I actually give them credit for it.
Yeah. It's going to be the ultimate approach.
Yeah.
Like, who wins the NL East and ultimately who goes further will be based on which approach you believe in more.
It's going to be fun. For sure. All right, coming up, YouTube chat recap, and we'll give our predictions on today's games and a lot more. We are live. We're live at Maggie's Waterfront Cafe in Northeast Philly drinking Corona. Don't go anywhere. Middays with Marks. All right, let's talk about. I actually have to drop by the office today. His office today. The Roars for Dentists. My dentist, Dr. Eric Pastor. He has changed my life, and this is not exaggerated. This is totally legit. This is a message that could truly change your life. I was a heavy snorer. And I went the CPAP route because finally, after so long, my wife said, I can't take it anymore. You have to get the snoring fixed. I learned I had sleep apnea, which is not good. So I did the CPAP, and the CPAP worked, but I was ripping the mask off. It was so uncomfortable. And then my dentist, Dr. Eric Pastor, during a routine visit, teeth cleaning, getting x-rays and everything else, he said, hey, did you know I can offer an advanced, comfortable sleep apnea device to keep your airway open so you can sleep better, and you will stop the snoring. And the sleep apnea, gone. And you know what happened? first night changed my life, and I've never looked back. This is a couple years ago now, and Dr. Pastor and his team can make one for you as well. So, Dr. Pastor, and you're going to call right now, 610-67-SLEEP. If you're a snorer, you don't have to snore anymore, and you have no idea how easy it is to stop. 610-67-SLEEP. You call him. His team arranges a home sleep test, which is just something that goes over the tip of your finger. It's not really that big of a deal at all. And then it goes to an app. All the data gets sent to an app. He connects you to the right doctor, and then, yes, he makes the sleep apnea device for you. And by the way, this is covered by most insurance plans, including Medicare. So if you're done with the CPAP or you're a snorer, I'm telling you, it's so easy to get rid of this and get rid of the apnea. Do what I did. Call Dr. Pastor. 610-67-SLEEP. The website is drpastor.com. drpaster.com. Middays with Marks and Sean Brace and Ray Dunn. Sarah, engineering, Eric, and Olivia.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I would say the women's tournament as well, but you don't. You don't like the women. You don't want them to have a tournament.
No, UConn already won it, John. That's my point. The bigger point was.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Guy who doesn't know anything about
See,
UCLA.
You guys always cut me short. Like there's always a bigger reason for my thoughts. Like Joel Embiid. Yeah, I was mad, but you see why I was mad, right? Like how great he is, and then you yeah, we don't need to play a.
You know what you could have done? You could have said, "Hey, Johnny, the women's tournament isn't back till Friday. I'm a big women's sports fan." But what you did instead was said that UConn won it already.
You admitted it.
So,
yeah, you agreed.
Way to get buried on that one, Shawty.
Dig it deeper. Dig it deeper.
All right. Well, there you go. We the YouTube chat recap coming up here in a second. Do have a couple of voice messages. Hit me there, Nate.
What's up, guys? John calling from Collegeville. I'm a content creator and radio host for the best radio show in Philadelphia, Middays with Marks, with Sean Brace and Ray Dunn. And my bold Phillies prediction, 93 wins, Otto Kemp, 30 home runs, 110 RBIs, batting 240. How about that?
There you go.
I need that caller to pee in a cup. Yeah, that we got to test him.
Were you not listening?
Oh, that was you.
That was me.
Oh, my bad.
John in college, bro.
That was me.
Still going to need a second.
Content creator.
Yeah.
Content creator and radio host, 97.5 The Fanatic.
You and Alex Earl, not Alexis.
That was early. I was revved up this morning when I was driving in.
Well, it's
maybe
opening
not
day.
30. Yeah, maybe not 30 home runs.
It's opening day.
Prado Kemp. But I do have some real numbers here. All right, on today's game, Sean.
Okay.
Now, Phillies are our favorite in the game. God, I just lost it. Oh, here we go. So Phillies are favored in the game today on the money line, minus 155. The Rangers plus 128 on the money line. Like the Phillies, you like to run? You don't normally do run lines. You just do money line. I like money line.
Yeah, today would be a nice money line day. It's game one.
So you pace yourself?
Yeah, you don't want to get a little too carried away there, thinking that the Phillies are going to win by multiple runs. But I'm not here to argue. If that's the way you want to go, then knock yourself out. I would do more money line on that one. I like the Phillies to win. I do. I just think that they got a lot of good things rolling in their favor, and Sanchez is an absolute stud. He's the better pitcher, no ifs, ands, buts about it. So let's go and see what he's got at the bar yard
to hit a home run. Schwarber plus 220, Harper plus 375. Adolis Swolis plus 510. Bryson Stott, I like that plus 650. That's good value for Stotty. Trey Turner plus 650. Bohm plus 700. Real Muto plus 700 as well. Who do you like to hit home run today?
I'm going Harper. I like the way Luke pitched it. I'm right there with him. I'm hitting that one because last time we saw Harper, he came through with a big-time home run. It would really set a nice tone. Is it going to carry 162? No, but for day one, it would be awesome if Harper went yard.
You imagine? Yep. Does he point up to the owner's box and
then give him the throat slash?
With which finger?
Yeah. He points at Dombrowski around third and gives him the throat slash.
Oh, that would be something.
He gets to the home plate to suck it. Yeah.
Rips his jersey open. It just says elite across his chest.
Dude. Come on, man. He is the showman. I'm buying.
Yeah.
Purple spikes.
Is this exactly what he needed? Because he is the showman. It gets him back into motivation. Like, forget about motivation. He's just pissed. Dave Dombrowski's only Bryce knows if he's elite. I don't know that. That's not up to me to know, Steve.
Do the fans get behind it? Do the fans get something going today?
Yeah.
Elite. He's elite. He's elite.
That's awesome.
We could start that.
We did it. We did it first.
It's a good point.
First.
Good point.
Tweet it out.
Just like the standing ovation that's not going to happen for Kirk Ring today because he's down in Clearwater.
By the way, the Mets have scored a 5-burger now off of Paul Skeens.
Did you see how this happened?
Yeah. I did not.
Okay, so O'Neal Cruz, first step in with, I think, the bases loaded and ended up misplaying the ball. Then another fly ball to him. He misplayed that. He let it drop. So Paul Skeens right now being victimized by his center fielder.
O'Neal Cruz made 2 errors.
2 errors. Now, I'll play the Ricky Bo part here. You know, they don't even score errors anymore in the oh wow.
They pulled Skeens.
They don't even score errors anymore in today's Major League Baseball. It's all about hits and inflating the batting average.
So listen, this is where you jump on Sanchez for Cy Young because Skeens just had a bad first outing. Who knows?
This is what I was waiting for last August. It had to happen today.
As Adam Schefter would say, who knows? Maybe A.J. Brown gets hit by a bus tomorrow. Who knows if the Eagles are going to be able to trade for him? Who knows? Maybe the Patriots bring back. Oh, that's not going to happen.
I think this was the first show we've done in a long time without A.J. Brown mentioned till just now.
I did it.
Yeah.
And it took Paul Skeens getting pulled from the game to draw that out of us. All right, time for the YouTube chat recap. Nate, hit it.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
From Greg Q1. Crazy how much bigger Brace and Marks looked than Ray the other day because of the angle. He looked like a boy. Not today, though, right, Ray?
Oh.
Looked like a boy.
What is he talking about on the yeah, like it wasn't it did not look good.
And
from
also,
Parks.
I was leaned back.
Yeah.
Like, I was sitting back because I wanted the two of you to be able to talk over me, like through me, and that's what I don't think helped me in terms of the look. I mean, I'm never going to look like that big. I don't know if people don't think I'm an imposing figure.
Who brought you to Ciroc? Dawood?
Dawood, yeah.
Dawood goes, Brace, I thought you were bigger. I'm like, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Props to you.
I thought you were bigger. And I'm like, no, man. I mean, I'm heavy, but I'm not big.
I don't know. Thanks for the
not
Ciroc.
big. Well, you're not heavy.
Well, I'm about 10, 15 pounds heavy. I think I'm probably about 10 pounds because I've been good. I'm going to Florida on Monday.
I know.
I hope.
So you went to the gym this morning, right?
No.
Oh,
I did TV.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
I said, let's calm down. But I'll go tomorrow.
Yeah. Because that's good. That's good. The Sean around your belly button will look different with a couple workouts. All right, what's next?
From Dunedin, they don't have to worry about defense. They have 7 Gold Glovers.
Yep. 7 Gold Glovers. Well, I mean, let's not be silly. Maybe 6.
I had
Gold
3.
Glovers.
I had 3 yesterday. 3 was my bold take.
But we also made the case this person could win a Gold Glove. That person could win a Gold Glove. Right. But officially, you had 3.
Is Garcia that good out there?
Yep. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
He had one of his worst offensive seasons, and he was still worth nearly 3 wins.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really good, and the arm's legit. And it's not just that. He covers a lot of ground. And
I knew he had a good arm. But
yeah, like deep in the corner to third. I don't know. I get. And for a while, I got in some kind of Garcia algorithm on YouTube, and it's just like his best throws as a major leaguer. And man,
yeah, he's got a cannon. I knew that, but oh, all right, let's go.
All right, what's next?
From 215J Philly, Ray over there looking like Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
You got to do it.
You look like Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
You got to do it. Do you know what Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
A mini version.
You got to go, ho.
Right.
He didn't know You don't know what Hacksaw Jim Duggan does?
How would
Come on,
he know?
Ray.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan was washed in the 90s, dude.
It's Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I know.
You know what Hacksaw Jim Duggan does.
But he's not in the WWF
Wrestling?
algorithm
You had
like
me
we
in
are.
wrestling?
2x4 in hand, American flag in the other. Oh!
All right, do you know who the Iron Sheik is?
No.
Yeah, like, you think he's going to do a Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Can we do a wrestling throwback show one of these days?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like a half an hour?
Yeah, let's do it on a Monday after the Eagles play.
Nice.
Scott will be fine with that. All right, what's next?
From If Bayless, apparently the Phillies canceled that contract with that 13-year-old kid from over the summer because he was caught using steroids.
I did see this.
Seriously?
I didn't know if it was true because I didn't recognize the actual source it came from, but would be insane. Would be a heck of a story. 13-year-old juicing, losing out on the contract that wasn't really a contract, which also never mind.
I don't know if 13-year-olds should be juicing.
They should. How about they
signed
should
some
not?
major league contracts.
I want to start there.
So it's from Essentially Sports, and I don't know what that is. The Phillies have canceled the $1.3 million pre-arrangement they had with the top international from the 2029 class after he tested positive for banned substance.
Wow.
MLB insider Wilbur Sanchez shared on X.
So there you go. Now they got $1.3 million and the Ghost Energy money to make a midseason move.
Holy cow.
Can't wait to get some Ghost Energy this afternoon.
You can get some?
I'm going to go down there and sample the goods. Sure. What type of flavor you think they got?
I've had them. They have the orange creamsicle.
And that's my go-to.
I've actually had them a lot. They had them at Wegmans months ago. Last year, actually.
Get a vodka and Ghost Energy for $36. I'm in.
Yep. It's a deal. What do you got, Ray?
You know how Joel Embiid had a good game last night? He's tweeting right now about baseball. Can't believe he pulled Skeens. Cruz, get ready to learn DH, buddy.
That's the Joel I know and love, man.
They're back.
We are back.
Sitting on his couch watching sports and tweeting about it.
Pirates Mets on NBC.
Here's the pitch. There we go. All right, Phil's win today, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Yes. 1-0.
Nathan Eovaldi's legit.
He is.
On my fantasy team.
So this is tough starting pitcher. I'll be interested to see how the bats look today. Everybody, thank you for coming out to Maggie's. Coming up next, Bill Colarulo solo. See ya.